Okay, let's unpack this. Because when you think about government disability support,
Mhm.
specifically the Ontario Disability Support Program, or ODSP,
Hmm.
you probably have a very specific image in your head. It's usually about survival,
Yeah.
right? Food banks, subsidized housing, just trying to make ends meet.
Right.
It is definitely not about becoming a net worth millionaire.
No, absolutely not. I mean, in the popular imagination and, frankly, in the lived reality for most people, those two concepts, social assistance and million-dollar net worth,
Hmm.
they exist in completely different universes.
Completely different universe.
You're like oil and water, they just don't mix.
Exactly. And yet today we are looking at a source that takes those two universes and just smashes them together like a particle collider.
Very apt metaphor.
We are diving into the planning materials for a live stream. It's happening January 31st, 2026, and it's hosted by Minnie St. She's the force behind something called the Disabled Wealthy Movement.
It is a fascinating movement. And this document we're looking at, it's basically her blueprint for a live stream she's calling Budget with Minnie and Net Worth Update.
Right.
But if you're imagining just a simple spreadsheet with, like, groceries and rent, you're way off base.
Oh, way off. This is so much more than a budget sheet. It reads like a manifesto.
It really does. Her core argument is just, well, it's audacious. She's claiming that being on ODSP doesn't have to be a poverty trap.
She calls it a solvable math equation.
And she gives the formula right there in the text. Assets minus liabilities equals $1 million.
That is wild. $1 million. Just saying that in the context of disability support feels rebellious.
It does.
It feels like she's breaking a rule just by saying it out loud, like she's planning to tell the system to shove it by getting wealthy while navigating the system.
It is rebellious, for sure. But what's fascinating here is the why. If you look at her mission statement, this isn't about greed. It's not about buying yachts.
Right.
It's about eradicating disability poverty through financial literacy. She quotes J.L. Collins, the simple path to wealth. And she emphasizes this idea of buying freedom, not things.
Right. Getting to a point where you have options, where you aren't terrified of the mailman bringing another bill you can't pay.
Exactly. And the context for this is so critical. The source material cites this devastating statistic. People with disabilities in Canada require 30% more income just to reach the poverty line.
30% more. That's a massive discrepancy.
It is. I mean, think about the hidden costs. Wheelchair repairs, special diets, delivery fees, because you can't get to the cheaper grocery store.
And medications.
Right. Medication's not fully covered. The cost of just existing is higher. And yet the data shows they are twice as likely to stay below that poverty line.
Wow.
So Minnie's argument, it frames wealth not as a luxury, but as a defense mechanism.
I love that framing. If the ship is sinking, she's not going down with it. She's building her own lifeboat.
Precisely. It's not about luxury. It's about armor.
Okay, but let's get into the how, because this is where it gets really interesting. She contrasts two different mindsets in the document, the 2008 trap versus the 2026 strategy.
Right.
What's the difference there?
So the 2008 trap is the old way of thinking. And for a lot of people, the old reality, it's all about fear.
Deep fear.
Deep paralyzed fear. Fear of clawbacks, fear of saving any money, just living in survival mode where you keep your head down so you don't lose your benefits.
Right. The idea that if you have any money in your pocket, the government just takes your check away.
Exactly. It's this belief that you have to perform poverty to get support. But the 2026 strategy she's pushing, it's a completely different thing.
Okay.
It's about shifting from fear to knowledge. It's about using specific exemptions, specific policy directives to build an exit strategy. It's about having income and assets that intentionally go over the limit.
With that ultimate goal of hitting the $1 million net worth.
Yeah.
And she's not doing this alone. The outline mentions a guest co-host, Terry.
Yes, Terry from the podcast 4T Below Zero. He has a show about living with multiple sclerosis.
Oh, right.
And in this deep dive, Terry's role is sort of the voice of lived experience, maybe the skeptic in all of us. He represents that deep-seated fear that so many people on ODSP feel, the fear that if they try to get ahead, they'll get punished.
Which is a valid fear. The system is bureaucratic and it's scary, but Minnie is armed with something pretty powerful here.
The rule book itself.
Exactly, the actual rule book.
Yeah.
She plans to dismantle these fears using the government's own official policy directives. She calls it myth-busting.
And this is where we really see that knowledge gap in action. Most people are operating on rumors, what their neighbor told them or what the rules were 10 years ago. Minnie is operating on current policy.
Okay, so let's look at the myths she tackles, because I think this will surprise a lot of people. Myth number 1. the asset ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
The common belief is what? You have to keep your bank account practically empty, like under $5,000, or you're out.
That is the pervasive myth, yeah. The fear is that if you save for a rainy day, they cut you off. But the fact, according to Directive 4.1, the asset limit for a single person is actually $40,000.
Wait, 40,000?
$40,000.
That is a massive difference from 5,000. That's 8 times higher.
It is huge. And we're talking liquid assets here. Cash, savings accounts, GICs. Minnie describes this 40 grand not as a limit, but as a flexible safety buffer. It allows for a level of liquidity that people just don't think they're allowed to have.
So you could have $35,000 sitting in a high-interest savings account, making interest, and the government can't touch your monthly support check.
Okay, so I'm going to read my intro because I can move my hand. So they tell us that being on Ontario Disability Support Program means that the government owns your financial future, that your story is already written and you shall remain in poverty until you die. I say that's a lie. I'm inspired by J.L. Collins' philosophy that financial independence is the art of buying your freedom, not things. In a system where 1 in 6 people with disabilities live in poverty, wealth isn't a luxury, it's your defense mechanism. In Canada, people with disabilities require 30% more income just to reach the poverty line, yet we are twice as likely to stay below it. I refuse to go down with the ship. That is the sinking into poverty, deeper poverty. I'm Minnie St, and I'm not just managing a benefit check. I'm funding my exit from the trap. So I referenced Star Trek, Titanic. Freedom is a destination. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Disabled Wealthy right here on the Minnie on Cam YouTube channel. I'm super happy and thrilled to have you here today and guest Terry, which is awesome. January 26th budget review, January 26th net worth update, February 26th zero-based budget planning. This isn't just a talk show. It is a financial movement to eradicate disability poverty in Canada. Our goal, well, my goal is, but it could be yours, I don't know, is bold and clear to become a net worth millionaire. It is not a fairy tale. It's a math equation where assets minus liabilities equals $1 million. It's a solvable problem on this channel. We show our work. And I do. I show all my numbers, every budget, every month since December 2018 until December 2026. I'm a changed person just by doing my homework of my budget, my math, my savings, paying off debt. And we get to see me do it for January 2026 to kick off a whole new year. So if you believe in the mission and want to help us grow this community, hit the subscribe button on the channel. And then there's a QR code that brings you to my Ko-Fi link where you could be a generous sponsor of the channel by basically giving money to the channel. I'm just going to say it. That's what we're doing. It'll take you to a payment link, and then you can decide how much to give. Your generosity is much appreciated. It keeps these vital conversations ongoing, and also it directly fuels the disabled wealthy movement. So before I open up my spreadsheets, let's be very clear. We are not employees of the Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services, who controls and administers Ontario Disability Support Program, nor are we financial or legal advisors. We are individuals living with disabilities who refuse to accept the narrative that being disabled equals living in poverty. I'm not selling investments, but I do share what type of investments I have in my portfolio. My goal is to share my journey, the process, the progress, and the insights I've gained by mastering ODSP policy directive to build wealth. I remain a full legal compliance with all Canadian disability regulations, and there's so many of them. While I take massive action towards my goals, what I share today is a glimpse of what is possible, but it's not a substitute for professional advice. Your journey and how you live with your disability will be unique to you. It's essential to consult with qualified professionals to create a strategic, tailored plan for your circumstances. Financial decisions should be always considered with careful, authoritative consideration. So, Terry, joining me today is special guest Terry from 40 Below Zero. For those who don't know, it's an international podcast about living with multiple sclerosis, hosted by Terry and his co-host Nick. They do incredible work discussing and attempting to normalize the conversations around life with a chronic invisible illness. Terry is also a fellow MS warrior eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. And Terry, now start talking because I am done talking.
Okay. First thing is, I hope you don't shame me because I've never watched Star Trek before. Okay. On that note, what's up, everyone? I don't know if you're a big Star Trek guy. Anyway, what's up? I'm Terry. I've been living with MS since 2008. Before my diagnosis, I was all about being in control and succeeding, like big time. And when MS came into the picture, it threw me off balance, literally. And yeah, I had to learn a whole new way of living, and especially financially. So when meeting Minnie and hearing her perspective on ODSP really resonated with me, and I realized I wasn't alone because I don't really talk about it to anybody. But I'm excited to be here. I feel like I have front row seats to this, and I'm so excited. And I'm a strong believer that knowledge is power, right?
That is awesome. Yes, you're getting all the secrets.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then I'm hoping you'll be better equipped the next time you talk to your caseworker and they give you some nonsense. Because it's just like 1 in 6 people live with a disability in Canada, but that's like we're 40 million Canadians. And then Ontario, the unhoused population is increasing since 2019 because the stats are 90% of people on ODSP are not working because either they're not working because they don't know like what type of work to go into because of their disability, or they've been living with old rules of ODSP for so long that they never questioned it, like drones being body snatched or something to just follow along and not ask questions. Like the movie The Island. See, my brain.
No, that's the way I am. That's the way I am. Exactly. I've been going with the flow and I don't ask questions, and I should, but at the same time, I feel like I'm stuck and I don't want to shake the boat or whatever you want to say. Cause I don't want to wreck what I have right now. It's like things are going well for me, and, and I should be rocking the boat. So that's why I'm so glad to be here. So I can hear what you have to say. I got front row seats right now. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And as questions pop up, some of them write them down because I may make a whole video about the questions. And then because you're here live, ask the questions away. So I'm going to get into the budget review. Because that way I can do the budget review and then I can ask you this question,
Okay.
which is not yet. I need to stop jumping around. Because not only do I have multiple sclerosis since 2013, I have bipolar disorder and ADHD. And I'm recently filling out the disability tax credit form again to renew my status with it. So originally my disability tax credit got approved for my psychological conditions, and now we're adding the neurological conditions. And then we have to explain how the psychological and the neurological combined limit me to fit the criteria for the disability tax credit. Luckily, I fit 5 of the criteria: walking, feeding, dressing. I was like, okay, great. And then I had an appointment with my doctor this week, and pretty emotional because she's been my doctor for 20 years. So I wrote her a personal narrative of everything that's happened to me so that she has more context, not just, oh, I'm a patient, and then we diagnose me with conditions as they show up. So she has a full history of the trauma that causes the PTSD and the bipolar and then everything else. And then she's like, don't worry about it. You're permanently disabled. That's what she said. And I was like, am I supposed to be happy about the way it's so emotional?
It's like, don't tell me that. Tell them.
She will. It's just she's reassuring me when she fills out the form because there's parts of me that are doing really well, and the really well could affect my disability status. But she's like, you can do those things, but you're still disabled, is what she's telling me. I'm like, oh, okay, great. And so she has all of the history. She knows all of the skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
So knowing that, I can move on to the rest of the year pretty okay to break this science experiment of how much income do I make, what I want to do for the year. Because like for work for me, it's gonna be 30 years the company's been in business. Last year they went to Punta Cana and rented out the whole resort as if it's like not a big deal. I don't know what job does that.
That's crazy.
And I miss it every year. And I'm sick and tired of missing travel when I'm still mobile. My legs still move. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
slower to walk and my gait is unbalanced and stuff like that. But if work is going to pay for the whole resort, pick me up from the airport, feed me, and send me back, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too.
That's the whole opportunity of like, yes, you have a disability. It actually, rich people who are disabled, their disability doesn't go away. They just have more money and resources to take care of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
I feel like anxiety is built so much because of what you're doing too, right?
it is.
Oh,
It's the because I live in a system that's telling me what I'm doing is like
impossible.
not right. Yeah, not impossible, not right, or I'm scamming the system. I'm like, no, because
Yes. Got
here's
it.
here's my budget for January of what I spent for January. So income that came in January was $2,119.29. Majority of that is my disability check of $1,797.85. Then I got my last payment for being eligible for the disability benefit of 200. Then I got a GST credit of 121, and that was it. We're now at the end of the month. And I overspent because there was credit cards. Where's my overspending?
Yo, you're so awesome. First of all, the fact that you tell us about the bipolar, the ADHD, you're being so open. I love it.
Well, I mean,
Believe me, it just, a lot of people have egos and they don't want to say this out loud because then people start shaming and judging. But dude, we need to hear this because a lot of us are in the closet with this stuff.
I know why it looks weird. Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you. But seriously, like it just makes me feel at ease and my anxiety, it's lessened. I love it.
Well, so my role model for bipolar disorder is Jennifer Lewis. And if you've seen her do her interviews, she's pretty blunt about, yeah, I had bipolar, but I still became fabulous. So that is where I take that inspiration from.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Montel Williams. Montel Williams was my first example of MS. I was like, okay, so
Me too.
is it MS like Montel Williams or MS where I'm in a wheelchair and I like
Yeah.
disappear? So like, and they don't present the diagnosis well. It's just, I don't know why they don't present it optimism. It's not. Like, at first, I couldn't move my left arm, and then we did the MRI. The notes, I still have a copy. It says demyelation disease. So, like, the whole time, I believed I had MS 2013, but apparently on my notes, it's clinically isolated syndrome. And then 2019, I'm confirmed a relapse remitting MS. But I'm like, what? So, especially like August, I had a relapse again. And then my neurologist from 2013, he retired. And now I'm switching to a new one. And she had to review all of my notes for every year, every MRI, everything, then do her neurological exam and basically feel like a wrestling match where she's trying to move my legs and tap me with the tuning fork. It's not a fun experience. You really get beaten up. And then she hit my knee so hard. I actually had to say, ow. They hit you, but there's a reflex.
Yeah.
And you know it's coming. This one was like, after the reflex happened, I'm like, wait, that hurts. And then I'm supposed to like April, do another MRI, she's on maternity leave. So I see her on-call neurologist for me. And then I wait to see her again, probably July or October, every year for the rest of my life.
And once a year? Yeah.
Or maybe like how like in our group, we have senior people with MS and their doctors, like they stop seeing them and like, oh, my doctor doesn't see me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and they feel lost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, go do something. Like,
I hear that all the time too. By the way, I'm pretty sure we had the same neurologist when I was in Toronto, 2013. He retired. And
Dr. Suskin?
no, Paul O'Connor,
Oh,
Dr. O'Connor.
no,
Okay.
we had different doctors
Okay.
because
It's funny. He actually retired around that time too. Anyway, I moved to London and I kind of escaped from Toronto because it was too busy for me and I felt like I was being neglected there. And when I came here, it was even harder to find a neurologist and get back on my path. So yeah, it's difficult. I feel like everybody needs someone beside them assisting them. I know this sounds a little too much like a babysitter, but you do. You need someone beside you reminding you what you need to achieve because sometimes you just settle and you stop doing anything. And that's where I was for 7 years. I stopped. I didn't look for I didn't even look for advantages on my ODSP because I'm on ODSP, right? I've told you this, and I've never, the extra dietary needs.
yeah.
I wouldn't even approach that because I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm okay
Oh
with
my
what I have.
God, man.
Now I got it, but it took me 4 years. 5 years, maybe. Someone's like, you got to push for it, and I'm like, no. I don't want them to be like he's taking advantage. Just like you said, I don't want that. I'm all there. I'm like, please let me be. I'm comfortable. But
I borderline want to slap you for not taking the money from the government.
dude,
You're legally entitled to it. It's like,
I
okay,
know.
so in the corner,
Yeah,
let me zoom in a little bit. I have my last pay stub from ODSP. So for income.
yeah.
All
This
right.
is so great.
So basic needs calculation, $809. Mandatory special necessities, $156. This is for all of my medical appointments. So, and it's not just my MS medical appointments. It's also my bipolar, substance use medical appointments. I put every AA meeting in the city saying I'm going to them. I probably need to visit them just to check it. And then all my MS appointments, like every appointment I travel around the city, they pay the transit pass. And then when the transit pass increases, this number increases. But I'm hoping because TTC made a special discount program for people on ODSP, I hope I still get it because the discount is $2.10. But ODSP gives me the full amount for the Metro Pass, the 156.
Yeah.
So I will have to fight like hell to keep that going. And then it's, the medical mandatory, did you get for your appointments, you like either they pay for taxi for you or they give you the transit pass. Which one are you getting? Are you not getting it? Like what is happening here? It's a
No,
white.
I'm not. I'm
You're
not.
not?
And it's funny because just the other day, a friend of mine who goes to Parkwood to do some rehabilitation, he gets his taxis or his transit paid for. And I'm
The
like,
wheel
really?
trans. Yeah.
Yeah, no, over here it's something else. It's Voyager, but it's the same thing. Yes. And I'm like, really? How'd you do that? He's like, just this and this and that. And
Oh my God.
this is my year to push for what I need. I am comfortable, but this is my year to push for what I need and not worry. And I'm always trying to show everyone I'm not taking advantage.
What? You slow. So this is
Just
funny. My brain is on fire. Okay. So by not getting every penny in ODSP, you're not fully getting all of the supports that you need. So like mandatory necessity special form, like that,
yeah,
the 156. I'm literally looking for the form and I have to email it to you
please.
so you can get your doctor to fill it out so you can at least, it depends, either like, because they analyze it based on where you're going, like what trips are you doing, medical trips.
Yeah. And I got a lot of medical trips.
Exactly. So like if you have all the trips,
Mm-hmm.
which form is it? Great. Let me find other people's emails that I sent it to them so I can find it.
I can entertain people with my juggling skills. No, just kidding. you know,
That's literally like when I bump into people and they're on ODSP, literally that's the first two things I ask them. Are you getting your special diet and are you getting medical transportation? And either they don't even know it exists. Then my brain's like, oh my God, you're losing money. Or it's like, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. But you're supposed to cause trouble. That is the purpose of this whole program.
That's such a. So I'm the same way. When someone has MS, I ask them if they have if they're on ODSP, and I feel like a lot of people are skeptical to answer that because I don't know, maybe the ego thing. But then I always throw it to them, "Hey, I'm on ODSP too, just in case, you know." And then it makes people more comfortable. Oh yeah, I'm on ODSP. Then
I
the next thing I ask them is, "Do you have the special dietary needs?" Because I didn't know about that, or I did, and no one pushed me to get that, and now I have it. And I know it's whatever, but every dollar counts, right? So I'm always like, you can get it. You can get it. Our needs are different than regular people. I shouldn't say regular people because what's regular people? But
people that are not approved to be disabled. That's just pretty much what it is. Because we apply to be approved like people apply for a mortgage. It's just
I know. Yeah.
we get reviewed. They look at our financials. They look if like we fit exactly the ratio of
We,
assets to income to medical need. The mortgage application kind of does the same thing. They look at how much debt you have, what your income is, your last 2 years of your tax return. Then they say pre-approval to go buy a house. And then you're stuck on payments, paying them in reverse. Because like ODSP pays us if up to $1,408 a month for a single person, no children. Some people get less and some people get more. And getting less usually means you have less housing costs. So like people that live in government housing because it's rent geared income, you're getting less housing because rent geared income already calculated a formula for you. And then if your income increases, so does your rent payment in government housing. So like people in government housing could pay market rent housing for government housing because they made too much income. And then the assets. So like all of your investments, the tax-free savings account, first home savings account, cash in your bank account, they look at that. And housing has their own criteria. I looked at it for my friend who just moved into housing, and ODSP has it, but housing is weird. So housing is like, if you're on ODSP, we'll look at the criteria for assets from ODSP. And if you're not on ODSP, you can still live in housing, but they have a separate criteria for how much assets you're allowed to have. Annoyingly, the number are both $150,000. It's the way they categorize them.
Has that number changed in the last
No,
10 years? No, okay.
I don't think so. And
Weird.
I may stay up till 4:00 in the morning looking, but I haven't seen it change.
No.
I haven't seen it change. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so if this is the limit you're telling me to have for assets, let me get to that number and then we see what happens. Because like reading the policy in ODSP forced me to learn financial literacy.
Yeah.
And then to test it out. So like, I didn't even get to that part of my budget, but I'll go back to it because the point was to download the forms that are missing. And then I found one.
Silly question. When you got on ODSP, they brought you into the office in Toronto?
No. So my ODSP journey is madness because I was psychotic in psychosis, facing eviction from my apartment. I was on Ontario Works. Ontario Works is like $560 or something. And then Ontario Works is naturally a program that wants you to go back to work. So every month you're trying to prove you're eligible for Ontario Works for their $500 a month and then get their payment. And then they know you're in crisis because my rent is not being paid. So they're trying to either give you more than 1 month of their payment to catch up on rent. Then I'm going back and forth with my landlord in mediation to make a payment plan. And then I was working where my income was cash, but I wasn't keeping the cash in my bank account to pay my rent. I spent it. So for me, if I have cash, I spend it. I need my cash in the bank account where I have to physically go to a bank machine or go to a teller and take it out and cause resistance to get my money. So when I got approved, I also had a court order to leave my apartment or a sheriff would come kick me out.
Yeah.
So I was legally squatting in my apartment. And then when I got approved for ODSP, I
heard
rushed
this.
down to the office
Yeah.
so they can release my money faster because I'm being evicted from my apartment. I like to keep it because there's this one-time transaction. You pay the court to hold you in your apartment, send your landlord back to court, and prove you have the money, and then tell the judge why you didn't have it. So the amount of things I had to go talk to a judge in a bipolar episode of like, oh yeah, I'm delusional in the moment and promising big promises of paying my rent on time.
Oh, sorry, man. Did you have MS during the whole thing too? Not that MS is the worst. Bipolar is
After. So as soon as I stabilized housing, 2013, I'm getting MS. But 2008 to 2011 was bipolar. So as soon as I was stable in housing, stable on medication, stable with a therapist, stable, like some of my programs were like, oh, you're good now. You don't have to see us anymore. Then I got MS. And then I did my medical review for ODSP right after in 2017. So like I was already annoyed because once I got stable, I was making plans to make more money to be off of ODSP. But my MS showed up where I had to stay on ODSP.
Man, I have no words.
Good.
Yeah.
Chat. Who's in chat? Oh, it's Brittany. Oh, Brittany also has MS. I found her in the Black MS group for the National MS Society in the United States.
The other video you sent me, she was in it. Brittany was in it, right?
No, Brittany's new. I met Brittany in this season of my relapse.
Okay, then I was just kidding.
Okay, so ODSP, for people that know, it's the Ontario Disability Support Program. It is our social assistance benefits program for people in Ontario, Canada who have a disability, who meet the criteria. For the Americans, it's your SSDI. The UK has your own version of it. Australia has your own version of it. New Zealand has, everybody around the world has their own program of welfare, social assistance, disability benefits from the government. Then we also have disability programs called CPP Disability, which is Canada Pension Plan Disability, but it's based on the years you were working, contributed to CPP, then you claim disability from CPP. We also have employment insurance disability. All of them are a pain in the ass.
Agreed. Dude, you got a lot of information. I never knew about the SSDI.
I just told my doctor why I don't qualify for CPP. She's like, how can I get you more money? And what about CPP? I said, I didn't work enough to contribute to it. And ODSP will call back CPP dollar for dollar.
Yeah.
Then she's like, well, this system just sucks. I go, I know.
Yeah.
And then the new kind of disability benefit that came out, the $200 a month, being eligible for it based on having the disability tax credit. I am still eligible for that. She says fill out the form for it. But Inclusion Canada, that charity, is helping me fill out the form, the disability tax credit form. Then I bring it to my doctor and I nicely asked my doctor not to change anything on the form when we submit it. She said yes, which is fantastic. And my doctor is like part of my family. She's my second mom.
Cool.
I know other people don't have that, but if you do, hold on to it for dear life and hope they don't move or die.
Is she on the younger side, or is she already almost retired? Anyway, let's not talk about that. I don't want to jinx anything.
I don't know. I mean, because I'm literally her first patient when she went into private practice.
Oh, okay.
In 2004. So when she retires, I retire. I just
yeah.
Because if I'm her first patient for her, like going solo in her practice, because she was first a walk-in clinic doctor. And then I'm in there, I like her. I'm like, are you seeing patients? Because I didn't want to go around different walk-in clinics to find a doctor.
Yeah.
Like I knew from growing up having a family doctor that I need a family doctor. I wanted a female family doctor. And to find one, and one who's a person of color, is already difficult already. So when I found one, I was like, okay, I like her. She treated me. I'm well. What's next? And also, when I asked her about being my family doctor, I thought I was having symptoms of depression and PTSD, and I didn't want a walk-in clinic to handle it either.
Yeah, I get that.
So I had a lot of expectations of my doctor from day one.
Did you
That
go walk-in clinic to walk-in clinic looking for a doctor that matched your needs, or did you Google it?
a little bit, like
Okay.
so 18, I moved out on my own. My family home was not exactly healthy. And then I'm on my own. And then the house I was in was pretty awful. So then I got my own apartment and I got on Ontario Works again. So Ontario Works working like for being a teen runaway. So I left home at 18. So like without a job and you're a teenager and you
Yeah.
leave the house,
Yeah.
the only next thing is welfare to catch you. And then the programs of welfare try to get you into job training and then employment and then housing. So from 18 to 25, any of the youth that are on assistance, that's literally what the system is supposed to catch them for. And if they're in CAS for child services, like we have programs, but the way the government wants to cut funding and supports for things for vulnerable populations, it is pretty awful because 2004, I was very, very lucky to have resources that gave a shit to do something. Now,
Hmm.
if I access services, I may not even get a call back.
Hmm.
Or like, oh, we lost your file, submit your application again. Like CAMH doing my ADHD diagnosis. That took 5
Yeah.
years for them to get back to me.
Cam H took 5 years. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
Yeah.
did. So
Huh.
this is why the journey of becoming a millionaire is so important, because if you have more money in your bank account for your medical needs, you can hire a private person to do all of the things that's missing in the government. They're waiting for patients because they're private. They either bill insurance or they take your money out of pocket, whatever billing method that they have. And then you hold the receipts and claim it on your taxes. And then you move on with your life. And
You
then the way
have
that
more
there's
control for sure.
You do. Way more control, way
Yeah.
more clinics.
That's
And
what I
even
need.
sometimes when I talk about private clinics, I get a lot of YouTube ads for the private clinics in the neighborhood. And their websites are very fascinating what services they offer. Like one of
Yeah.
them, I could do a full, complete DNA biological makeup of my and predict what conditions I could have for a whopping $4,900.
Is there testimonials of others that did this? I'm just curious. Like
Yeah, I mean, so
$4,900.
it's only bad if you hear the number. If you go to their website and look at what they offer, it makes sense. Like it just makes sense of like, okay, so what you can do would take my doctor 3 to 4 years to send me referrals, wait back for the referral, wait back for the appointment, wait back for notes, explain what they are, go do another test. Like the back and forth you would do with OHIP government funded healthcare versus private funded clinics of doctors like, I'm going to go private and open my own clinic. They still have access to the system. They're just using it differently.
Yeah.
So $4,900. We just
Got
finally
it.
have a price tag on what our healthcare costs in Ontario that we were just told, oh, it's covered.
Yeah.
Which is the argument I have with my mother all of the time. Oh, that should be covered. It's not covered. It is.
Yeah.
We would like it to be covered, but when it's not covered, why do I have Brittany on the screen twice? Okay. Right. So I got distracted, which is fascinating.
It's okay. I'm going to distract you a lot, so just deal with me. Sorry.
And then around 5 to 7 o'clock, groceries are being delivered. So we may have a short break
Nice.
when I get groceries.
You know it's going to come either earlier or later. It's never exactly when you want it.
But even booking it, I was like, I can't book it now. And I couldn't book I couldn't book it before because all those time slots were taken. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I booked it after, and I hope we'll see. Either it shows up at 5 or it shows up at 5:30 or 6.
Good luck.
But it's not a lot of groceries. So I can probably in our break pack out groceries, come back, and then figure out what part of the script that we're not yet on
Okay. Okay.
and
I'm here for
continue.
the ride. I want to talk to you about that. We were talking the other day. I don't want to veer off, but the dental, what the dental plan? I can't even remember the name.
Canada
The
Dental Care
tax.
Plan?
Yes, yes.
All right.
My dentist was pushing me to do that. I was like, what? Why? What if I don't do it? What do I lose out on?
Oh, I think I have notes of that in the
We
script.
can talk about that another time if you want.
No, it's in here. I put it in here to talk about it. I just trying to remember where I put it.
Okay, I told you
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take you in every direction. I'm sorry. I'll
Oh,
stop.
good. It's here. Yeah, it's in the. Okay, this is cool. So let me finish my budget,
Okay.
and then I'll. It's the next thing anyway. It's fine.
Okay.
It's right. January budget review. ODSP limitations of income, assets, and benefits. It's in the benefits section.
Awesome.
So. And I'm hoping I'm not loud because I don't even have furniture in my living room. So I'm hoping the neighbors can't hear me. All right. Where's my screen? Oh, there it is. All right. So, right, the budget. So yeah, 2000, how much came in? I spent, so like I make this, so my budget is in like 5 major categories of giving, housing, lifestyle, savings, investing, and debt repayment. Somehow I paid $529 to credit cards. 300 went to savings, 330 went to savings, 890 went to lifestyle, on 1,294.64 cents went to housing for a whopping $3,045.07. But at the top, my income was $2,119.29. Some of it is left over from Christmas.
Okay.
And then I have this annoying habit when there's a little bit of room on my credit card, I spend it. I need to stop doing that because it doesn't help with paying down credit cards at all. And then there's a disability overpayment of $1,466.66.
Yep.
Right now, it's the double number. There's too many sixes. Try to say those sixes back to back. It's hard. But so with ODSP and my pay stub, they take back $81.15 to pay down the overpayment automatically every month because during the pandemic, when we had CERB and we had to prove we qualified for it, and then ODSP was like, you have to apply for CERB, even though they had no idea what the criteria was. Like the nonsense of ODSP pushing you to apply for CERB when they don't know your full financial picture if you qualify, then push you into the Thunderdome of the Canada Revenue Agency to deal with the government to prove to them that you have income that qualifies for CERB. So with me, I made sure to talk to the CRA first, made sure I qualified first, and I was getting my ODSP payments in that time of 6 months. So when I knew for sure that CRA said I'm approved, I'm eligible, here's your money of 20 something, it's like $26,000 I got. So was it like for ODSP to push you to go apply for CERB when you don't know you qualify for it for a potentially huge bill? Because CRA interest is not 0% interest like the ODSP overpayment. I wasn't going to mess with it. And then the overpayment, $81.15. I'm not really worried about it because there's no interest. They take their $81 a month, and every year that ODSP increases in July, they increase the amount they take from the overpayment. So July 31st payment date, we increase of ODSP roughly $40 of what you're getting now. So we'll get like $14.48 or $14.68 for the maximum for a single person.
Yeah.
And then the collection of overpayment, that'll increase probably to $85 or $84 or something like that. So then the date that it should be gone is July 31st, 2027. So for me having $15,000 of credit card debt, that's what I pay for first. I'd rather get rid of that credit card debt because collection calls for credit cards is way more annoying than ODSP. And with ODSP, I can have legal aid on my behalf fight for financial hardship to put pause on that payment collection or some other wonderful payment arrangement before they send that amount to CRA to collect on it. So all of the governments are connected together.
Okay.
So
legal aid, because I know a lot of people might be like, how do you get legal aid? Does everyone need legal aid?
so with
legal aid help me out,
So legal aid kind of depends on what is happening for you. So like applying for ODSP and getting denied, I went to legal aid.
Okay.
So legal aid was supposed to defend me in court that I'm eligible for ODSP, but while we were waiting for my court date, I got approved. And
Okay.
then I got approved. So I didn't go to court, but I was also had to send my landlord to court to prove I can pay my rent. So I still have to go to court anyway, just not for disability.
Yeah.
And then now, like how I'm investing my money and all of the things of increasing my assets,
hmm
if ODSP makes a mistake in it, then it has to be in writing that they made the mistake. So whatever the decision ODSP makes has to be in writing. And then if it's a mistake, either it goes to legal aid or I make a report to the Ombudsman of Ontario.
Okay.
There's a process. There's a process for everything.
This process like
it just
kills,
takes time.
like, I don't have motivation to do this. I'm my energy level. Like the fact that you're doing this is just, I just don't
Well,
know how, like 75% of people will not do this.
I
Will
know.
not.
And that is so. Here's the thing: nobody's going to care about your situation more than you, and then nobody's going to care about your money more than you. So if you give up on fighting for your situation and fighting for more money in your household to protect you, you're giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know how else to say it to people. Of like, this is what we're doing to survive, because legally we're supposed to take care of ourselves. We know this as adults.
Mhm.
We're supposed to be financially responsible for ourselves. And I get it. The disability changed everything, and not able to work and not able to figure out how to make more income changes stuff. But on ODSP, I can make $1,000. Not just me. Everybody on ODSP can make $1,000 of net income, still remain on benefits, which means you still stay poor, but you have $1,000. Before, if you made $200, ODSP would claw back your income support by 50%. And before that, if you made any dollar amount whatsoever, 50 cents of every dollar you made above ODSP was clawed back. So when I got approved in 2011 and when you're on it in 2008, any income you made, ODSP was like, no, you can't make any money. You have to stay below the limits for $1,000
Yeah.
of their payment.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look up the amount for 2008. So for me, 2011, ODSP was $1,069. And if I go look up 2008 ODSP payments, I'm going to have a fit. I'm going to have a fit. I have to look it up now
It
because my brain
changes. I'm
wants
sure
to know.
it changes, right?
It changes. So there's
Yeah.
a point where governments made it index to inflation. Then Doug Ford came in and stopped it. Then during the pandemic, he brought it back because he didn't want to seem like a horrible person.
Yeah.
But he's still pretty horrible anyway. I don't care what he thinks. I don't care what it thinks. If people can't find affordable housing with the amount of money from ODSP, he did something wrong.
I know you're going to talk about this later, but in 2008, the asset limit was 5,000, right?
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
And now it's
bigger. It's
okay.
it's 5 times 8. So it's 8 times bigger.
40. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's 40,000. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
But that's not the whole picture.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like,
I know. So when you're on ODSP, they tell you don't have more than $40,000 of assets, but that's not the full picture of assets. And that's the annoying part about it. Like they don't give you the full financial planning picture of what are your assets. So I have my TFSA, first home savings account, an RSP, and segregated funds, invested in segregated funds, but they're sold at a life insurance company. And because they're life insurance contracts, they fall under the $100,000 limit, which is ODSP's 4.8 life insurance, or the total amount between life insurance and funds held in a trust fund is $100,000.
Okay.
And then with life insurance, so like if you had parents who had money in their budget to buy a life insurance policy on you, where either you are the beneficiary of your own policy, so like policies for insurance, you get to choose the beneficiary. So it could be you. For mine, it's my mom because I need to open the account. Wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
But or I could pick a charity to be the beneficiary, or I can pick you to be a beneficiary on it. But the way it works, it's set up as an investment account. So I put money in it, and then it grows in the stock market under mutual funds or segregated funds. Segregated funds is safer because ODSP exempts the segregated funds. So it could, as it grows in value, ODSP is watching when it hits $100,000. But annoyingly, because it's a TFSA or RSPs, they'll look at the $40,000 assets. This is where I would quote them the policy directive that if they still fight me on it, that is not exempt, if it's the $40,000 limit, then I bring in a lawyer, and I may not have legal aid do it because legal aid funding is limited and they don't have the energy to do it. So I probably will hire a private lawyer who's a bulldog to go do it, because that way I get it done. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pay, but yeah.
I'm not worried about paying because
you're not worried, but
I know other people are. But the way that we're looking, like most of everything you can access is by having the money to pay for it. Even my muscle relaxer, tizanidine, it's not covered by ODSP. It's $104 a month to reduce the muscle spasms I have from MS. What else is not covered by ODSP to manage MS? You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm supposed to be, I have MS, but I can't get this coverage, so I'm going to sit here and suffer and not have it. I'm not doing that.
So when you got prescribed that medication, did you know it wasn't covered, or did you go to the pharmacy?
We did. So the first thing we did, the Ontario Drug Formulary, the website, you can type in all your drugs names in it. Okay. It'll let you know if it's covered or not. And then let you know the unit price for each of the pills or prescriptions or whatever in it. So like it says 0.875 something with other numbers attached to it.
Okay.
And then the pharmacist, so the emergency room, they gave it to me. So the emergency room doctor didn't really know anything about it. So he asked neurology. He spoke to 2 people in neurology. They said, yeah, it's great. Give her 4 milligrams and send her home. And then, no, it's not covered by ODSP. Like I heard them say that in the hallway. Like, but I knew that already when I asked my doctor about it. So she filled out the exceptional access program to hopefully have it covered by the government, because you have to always ask for permission to get something done from the government. And I'm tired of asking for permission. And the only way to not ask for permission from the government is to have more money in your bank account than they give you. It's a very simple, what is the solution to get rid of ODSP? Have more money than what they give you. They even tell you how much more money to have more than what they give you to no longer need them.
Yeah.
It's not hidden. It's not like, I have to go dig around. I found it. I talk about it every month on the channel in excessive repetition.
Yeah, I know this too.
Excessive repetition.
Yeah.
Okay, ODSP in 2008 total was $572. Look, hold on, because I found it, and
okay.
I'm surprised at my multitasking that I found it.
You're
and
good.
I'm still
You're good.
Talking.
Thank you. And I also want to know that website you were talking about where you can find out what's. And I should know this stuff. I'm so embarrassed right now.
You might not. Nobody's actually. If you're not looking for the solution, and you only accept the advice or information given to you by a caseworker or a social worker or a charity program, they also have limited information as well, because they're not on the program. So like this document on the screen that has all the pricing for ODSP since 2003. Yeah. It's made by ISAC. ISAC is a legal aid organization for research. There's a lot of poverty research organizations.
ISAC, you said? ISS?
Hold on. Their Income Security Advocacy Center.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So that every year they'll come out, they do reports, they do stats, they do studies, but that's literally their job. They're paid for by that organization. Yeah. And they're nonprofit. So they have to go to they have to get grant funding from rich donors, and then they make a proposal, what they're going to research, what projects, what data they're going to collect. And that's it. All they do is spit out information from their research. And sometimes they pay us for an honorarium to be participants in the research. Okay. And they don't really do anything to help you move above what they research. So when I was speaking on Disability Without Poverty Symposium of Navigating ODSP, and I spoke after the representative from ISAC, and they're like, oh yeah, ODSP is $1,408 a month, and it breaks down like this. They were not going to add on. There's special diet you can qualify for. There's medical transportation you can qualify for. All the other parts of the benefit that we went through just now,
Yeah.
that anybody listening or who shares this video to somebody else, they're going to know they're being ripped off because they don't have the full picture of the information. Like if your ODSP check is less than $1,408,
Yeah.
like I was in a presentation speaking for a Shea Community Foundation for Black Disabled Canadians, and
Yeah.
a lady jumped up and says, I don't get that. Why not? What's wrong? I said, okay, look at your pay stub. What does it say? And she learned her housing cost, because she's in government housing, reduced her amount for housing.
Okay.
And then and if it's board and lodging, so board and lodging has a different calculation for ODSP. That's less than the $1,408. And board and lodging from your parents is different than board and lodging from an institution.
Okay.
So this is where people need to know exactly what their situation is so they can get angry at their situation and change their situation. Because I can't change your situation, but I can break it down for you to tell you where it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where I don't like these numbers. This is every year up until, how big is this document? Yeah, ISAC every year will make an announcement roughly in the summer of the new rates of ODSP. 2016 it goes up to. So 2016,
Okay.
single person. I read the rates for the wrong rates. I read the Ontario Works rates. ODSP is at the bottom.
Oh, because you said 500, right? I was like,
I know. Yeah,
okay,
I
okay,
did.
okay, okay.
Let me go back and find it.
Yeah, it's okay. I was like, oh man, I'm really lost.
No, I read the wrong one.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, yeah.
No, I want to correct it so people know what we're talking about. So $1,020.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, either way, it doubled. So that's the annoying part. So I'm on Ontario Works. I'm in a full-blown psychosis. People like, oh, apply, you get double the amount of money. So I got on in 2011, which is here. Yeah, $1,064 for 2011.
Mm-hmm.
My rent was $725 at that time. Because I moved out at 18 in 2003.
Like, we're not being set up for success at all.
But like, let's say I didn't move out. What if I stayed home longer? I wouldn't, you wouldn't make it. Because my rent today is $1,014.93. Because it's a rent control apartment. I got lucky to find a rent control apartment.
See, that word, I got lucky should not be the phrase, like.
But
I know.
It's luck and timing. Like, oh my, like there's
skills, motivation, like.
Because there's no scientific explanation of what happened to me. I mean, there is for the trauma and depression and all that, but like for the environment I'm living in, it's policy changes. Whatever government was in power at that time, they made the decisions for these policies, and they copied a version of it from the Americans from 1950. So our social assistance program is not unique to Canada. So like every charity does policy reform and research forever. Like their job is to be a research policy person or a social worker to research policy. And then they try to make up these proposals to the government to make social assistance better. So like welfare came off of World War II. And then 1950 in the United States, then 1970, Canada made theirs. Then they did a research study for 1999. Because that's how it's Ontario Disabilities Support Program Act 1997. It's in the name. It's literally this is what happens when I stay up till 4:00 in the morning. So this is how I know it's a Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Like it's a full-on Mortal Kombat. Pick your player, hope you win. Like, don't die.
Yeah.
I don't know how else. I can't sugarcoat any of it. I'm not going to make it nice and
I don't know how to respond. Yeah.
And you've been in a bubble for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I get it. You have mixed emotions in multiple directions, but this is the environment I operate from. This is why I go from happy and borderline excited. Because I know where I know where the wizard is. I found him.
Yeah.
Here. And then now it's to, throw water on the witch and go home.
Yeah.
And also, like, me referencing movies and TV shows and video games and it's how I cope with the stress of this.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I understand.
If I don't have some weird mythological story to attach to it, I would fall apart. Okay, so limitations.
You know why it's sad? It's because this whole time you're still dealing with your issues. And I know what it is living just with MS. Dude, my fatigue is real. No one sees it. So I'm like, thank you for doing this, really, because I cannot wait to watch this video again.
All right, you asked about dental care, and
Yes.
I found a fact sheet to go with it.
Yes. And this is what gravitated me towards you, because when I talked about it, you talked and I was like, man, she understands me. And I don't really publicly speak about any of this because I just don't know who's in this world, who's suffering, who's good. It's like I never want to talk about politics because you don't know who's for what. So I never want to insult anyone. And I feel like whenever I ask someone if they're on ODSP and I'm trying to help them, like you deserve to be on ODSP. I feel like no. And the ego comes out and it's a shame thing. And I don't like that, even works. If you got to go on works, go on works.
Well, Ontario Works is the first entry before ODSP. So and then there's some people who never get approved for ODSP and they sit in Ontario Works. And then Ontario Works is constantly having them prove why they cannot go back to work. And then from my friend being on it, because she was working her professional job as a chef and then ended up having a car accident and the seizures and then a ripple effect of all her health challenges. So, and the funny thing went I was on it and she wasn't on it. And she was like, oh, you're making a big fuss over dramatic, whatever. I'm like, it's not. So when she got on it, a lot of my time was telling her, I told you so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you so. And then when she was applying, she had such a big panic attack to fill out her form. I'm like, if you wait too long, you have to apply for an extension and start all over again.
I feel like I got lucky. I didn't go through a lot of hurdles like that. First of all, I never went on works before ODSP.
You just jumped on ODSP by itself?
Yeah. Again, I was very ignorant. I wasn't as researched as I was. So I went in a straight direction of what I was told to do. So
yeah, that is it's like ODSP makes it very choose your own adventure.
Yes. I like that.
For me in ODSP, CAMH told me I should apply. In treatment, in psychosis, they're like, oh yeah, you should apply. It'll stabilize you, it'll help you, it'll pay for your medications. They presented it as Price is Right vacations.
Yeah.
And I believe them because you're vulnerable and you're desperate and you're falling apart. There's something wrong. And something has to help you not feel that way anymore when you hit the bottom of it. So then when I got on it and then I'm navigating it, CAMH was the main government program that navigates people to apply for it. It's built into CAMH. I literally got referred to a different person in the hospital to fill out my form. And then my doctor filled out her section of the form. And then we waited. And then I got a letter, you're denied. So then I had to go legal aid. And then legal aid is built in to help you navigate. The amount of government programs are already built in to this huge support network is exhausting in the sense where if I go access services from them independently, and because of my knowledge that I have here, I stir up troubles in the room.
We all want you to.
A lot of troubles in the room.
Sorry. First of all, I have a lot of respect for CAMH. I don't know if you do. Is this something I'm just blind to? because of stuff I've heard in the past of how it helped friends that I know too. That's why I was kind of shocked when you said it took them how many years to get a referral?
Oh, for
Like,
the ADHD thing, that's
yeah.
recently. So like
Okay.
CAMH in 2008 up until I got on ODSP was okay, relatively,
Okay.
for what they were
That's
doing.
when I was in Toronto around. Okay.
But now CAMH, they're falling apart
Okay.
because of our government. So like the way we have Doug Ford and he's making all these budget cuts and moving stuff around and
Mhm.
making comments that we should get a job and completely ignores how many people are living in encampments in the city. Like the longer someone lives out in the weather and the
Yeah.
conditions of natural disasters, psychologically that brain is shifted a lot. We know this. The amount of MRIs they do for people with different health conditions, they know this. And if they don't have a direction of hope
Mhm.
that has check marks and support and follow up and good people to talk to and good medical professionals to talk to, that takes longer. I've been there. I've done that. Like I used to be suicidal all of the time. Now I'm not so much anymore. Doesn't mean it's not, it'll come back. Just right now, it's not. Like I'm always in that space of get up today, do a podcast, plan out an episode, or do I lie in my bed all day long and cry? And then, oh yeah, I have to have breakfast.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to be, I feel for you. I'm sorry. I like my heart's for you. Like, I don't know what to say,
I
but
mean,
that's it.
they can feel for me, but
Yeah.
I'd much
When you got,
rather they donate and buy me a coffee.
Mhm.
So like, you had a question.
When you got denied for ODSP, did you know you were going to get denied the first time? Did anyone give you a heads up?
People say that, but it's not standard. It's not for everybody.
Okay.
Because technically, I got denied, but I didn't feel it. Like it was a letter. It came in. We were planning the next step, and then weeks later, it turned around to approval.
Hmm.
So I don't know what turned it around for approval. I just
Okay.
knew when it got approved, I had to
Yeah.
use all of that money to keep me from being evicted from my apartment, like with the sheriff, because like the building had
That's
my
stress.
my building had a court order already in place to evict me, but I didn't really worry about it, or I was worried about it, but I didn't move. Like I still had a key to my apartment. It still worked. Every time I would use my key to my apartment and is it going to work? Oh, it did. Go into my apartment, go to bed. I didn't move any of my furniture. I did look at other apartments, but I didn't want to move there because they were in a whole different part of the neighborhood. And they were giving me a studio apartment where everything is in one giant room. I didn't want to live back in that space again. I already did. So, like, the level of me not moving, and then luckily things were in place to help me. Because if I ignored CAMH's advice of applying for ODSP, yeah, I would have been evicted in shelters. But I didn't. We applied. I did all the things. It took 2 years to get through. And in those 2 years, no, I wasn't paying my rent in full the whole time.
Yeah.
But luckily, the amount of money I got was like $6,000 in change. That paid all of my rent back. Now, 6 months of rent for $1,000 a month, it's not it's not even going to scratch the surface from ODSP. And then
Yeah.
annoying,
Yeah.
like I'm approved for ODSP, the shelter allowance. I would get a caseworker that would give me a lecture that my shelter amount is too big. And I'm like, I live in this neighborhood for my postal code, for your office. This is what the rent is cost. And at one point, ODSP used to have a list of affordable housings in your office from your caseworker. It always said my neighborhood on that paper all the time. So, and then at one point, it felt like the caseworkers were living in a different reality outside of their office. Because they're like how shelter allowance right now is $599 a month.
Hmm.
My rent is $1,014.93.
Yeah.
If I got a caseworker, be like, "Oh, your rent is too high for what we give you."
They can't, they're not allowed. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
say the most dumbest things. These caseworkers,
They're, yeah.
like how Vision care, my glasses. These ones are $420. I got a student discount because the optometrist clinic was nice.
Mhm.
ODSP only pays
Yeah.
$120 for a new lens. So like blue light blockers, the scratch resistance,
Yeah.
shipped from Denmark. Yeah, the clinic knows like, okay, ODSP was going to give you 120. These are our pricing. We're going to give you a student discount. And they say it so quietly with the student discount.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then how Ontario says you can get an eye exam every 2 to 3 years. ODSP says a year behind. So every time I get an eye exam and it changes, I tell my caseworker, it's like, you're a year early for getting your new lenses covered. If your optometrist can say to us it's a mandatory requirement to change, we'll change it. Every year I have to do that.
Who told you this?
So between the
The so-
optometrist
the s-
clinic and the
s-
policy on ODSP's website for vision.
Okay. Okay. So it wasn't a social worker that told you this? That if you apply.
So it's the Ontario government has like everything it does.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when you look at optometrist scheduling for the Ontario website, it says, oh yeah, it's here. Okay, good. I found it.
See, I started taking advantage. Not, you see how I said advantage? I say that because, okay, I started taking what is mine. How about that?
Okay, so here,
Oh,
what OHIP covers?
I need
And
to go to
then
optometrist. I go to optometrist and see what I can get.
when was your last eye exam? You remember?
Oh, it just happened. But we're talking about in the last 2 years I started going. So I went 2 years ago and then I waited 2 years and I just went again.
Okay, you're on the 2-year schedule. So
Yes.
I need a different link, but it's fine.
Mhm.
So this is the Ontario government optometry.
Yeah.
One major eye exam once every 12 months, 20, 65 and older. Here's ODSP.
Oh, I thought
So
that
they
was
know,
ODSP. Yeah, go ahead.
they know it's here, but it's
Mhm.
not, the schedule doesn't match. So my optometrist clinic will remind me when I'm due to do my exam. So whenever I started getting my eye exam, that was when I'm a year behind of the schedule of ODSP,
Okay.
which it's a pain in the butt. So my spreadsheet, share this tab. I put all the links of the policy directive in the spreadsheet. Vision is not here, but that's fine. We'll find it. And then where is vision? Shelter, basic needs, special diet, board and lodging. Even that, everything for ODSP is on their website.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if caseworkers like that we know what they're supposed to do or not.
I don't think they tell us about it.
No, it's public information. It just sometimes, if you know more than them, they act like who told you.
That's what I mean. They don't tell us about the website. Go check it out.
But then each case, so not to knock every caseworker in the office. Some of them are good people, but I don't rely on them because they may not be my caseworker permanently. My caseworker changes every year all the time. So it's this annoying thing of, oh God, I got a good caseworker. But last time I had a good caseworker, she was moving on from my file. And I didn't know until I went into the office and I'm speaking to the person at the front desk. And who I'm speaking to is technically my caseworker that's leaving from being my caseworker. So I'm like, my caseworker abandoned me. These are the words I said out loud to her. And then she's like, oh, what's your ID? She took my ID. She put my name in the computer. She says, oh, I recognize this name. Really? I felt so stupid in that moment because I'm literally telling this person that I didn't know in the moment I'm saying it out loud that my caseworker abandoned me and I need to figure out what's going on. And she's the person that her name is still on my file as my caseworker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now the caseworker I have, I never heard from them. I don't know what they look like. I'm hoping I don't go into the office and bump into them face to face.
I don't know what mine looks like either. I don't have any relation with my caseworker because they switch all the time. So I just don't want to bother them. And not only that, but do you know about cash gifts? I don't want to cut you off if you're going to say something. You know
Well,
about
yeah,
cash gifts and how much we are allowed a year and all that
yeah,
stuff?
I do. But I'm going to finish the eye exam stuff first.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Please.
So here it
Please do.
says person may receive new lenses and frames every 3 years when necessary.
Hmm.
All members of the benefit unit are entitled to an eye exam routine every 24 months, not covered by OHIP.
Okay.
See how this 3 years and then 24 months?
Yeah.
See the confusion?
Yeah. What's going on there?
I knew it
Do
was
you talk,
here.
did you ask anyone about that? What do they say?
I mean,
Or
so
that's weird.
it's not even so my optometrists are awesome about it. So like
Yeah.
I guess because that office works with ODSP on a regular basis, so they know how to communicate to them. So we do my eye exam. They tell me like I need a lens for distance and a lens for reading. And then my mom had this whole fuss about, what do you mean you need a lens for distance and a lens for reading?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the doctor explained it to her, but she lost her mind. And then she's like, oh yeah, I have ODSP cover it, but ODSP is not covering two lenses. They cover one.
Hmm.
Like they don't cover multiple lenses unless I'm visually impaired, and I'm not. Like I have normal aging eyes for a person with multiple sclerosis. We checked. I
Hmm.
even did the vision field test with the ophthalmologist and they rushed my appointment. And she's like, I can't really find anything wrong with your eyes. I'm like, okay, great. So I
Hmm.
just act normal with my eyes.
I'm in the same boat as you, by the way. And that I thought, anyway, but the
Have
thing
your
is,
eyes normal?
yeah, they're normal. I thought it was optic neuritis. That's why I was losing vision. They're like, no, no, you're aging. I'm like, oh, damn. Um, forgot what I was gonna say.
So yeah, gifts. You said gifts. Let me go back here
Oh, the
because
cash
there's
gifts. Yeah,
nothing,
that
yeah,
whatever.
nothing more I could read in vision
The
other
reason
than try not to lose your one glasses
and
that's
this
covered by ODSP,
I know that.
and then save up for a second one.
Yes, yes. Oh, I have like an insurance fund that I have on the side for everything.
All right.
Um,
So gifts
with
is five point
people don't
eight.
know until they go see an optometrist, then they find out, oh, because I mean, unless they go here and read or they have a social worker that tells them, but they're learning as they go,
Yeah,
every step.
just like everything else.
No, I know, I'm sure.
Do you not remember when you had to learn to tie your shoes?
But it's just the motivation it's because I live with MS. So I'm like, I'm trying to stay comfortable. And then at the same time, I'm trying to learn and for my future, which I had to, you know what I mean? But just the motivation is killed.
My mom used to try to tell me this. So not every moment of the day we have symptoms, but we
Hmm.
are tired when we have symptoms. I totally get that. Like before me Pearson live on the live stream, I had a muscle spasm and I'm literally like doing breathing exercises till the pain goes away. But as soon as the pain was gone, I'm like, I have a show to continue. So we continue. Like,
Yeah.
and you kind of had like, so, and then my doctor had this thing about motivation and desire. Like, you kind of have to get to a 9. Like, because you may not be motivated, but it still has to get done. Like, all of these things in disability. And especially if you, like, I don't have anybody who can speak on my behalf at my caseworker. It's me. It's only me they're talking to. It's I signed the documents when I applied, and then anything that they say I can access within this wonderful 13 chapter document of policies.
Hmm.
I'm going to try find it. Like gifts, we can get $10,000 of
Hmm.
gifts in any 12-month period
Yeah.
as a benefit unit member, which is fantastic. This includes lottery winnings. So if
Yes.
you play the lottery
Hmm.
and
So,
you win, you have an opportunity to have a $10,000 exempt, but more than $10,000 counts as income
mhm.
in your ODSP. And then I was trying to ask ChatGPT if I got $15,000 from my parents to try to do the math. So we came to the conclusion that $10,000 would be a gift, but $5,000 would be a loan. And then I have to legally set up a promissory payment note for the
Yes.
$5,000 because the policy for loans in 5.10
Hmm.
would let me. But my brain doesn't want to think of the Jenga board strategies for ODSP.
Yeah.
Like it literally, I don't want to do it. Like just, and then to get my family on board to do this when they think ODSP is not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That is the brain power I have to do, even though I don't want to. And oh yeah, there's nobody coming to save you to do it, so you have to. There's no social worker knocking on your door of like, hey, we're supposed to do this. They will either close your file and move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
They did. Ontario. Like Ontario Health at Home, when they assigned me a social worker, I had 3 appointments with her. And she's like, you're too resourceful. I can't help you. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Be curled up into a ball, feeling hopeless and defenseless and waiting for Prince Charming to come get me?
Whenever I need something, I act like a child. I'm like, help me. I know what you mean, because I don't want to look like I have it together.
Like here, apply to operations of a business, medical related expenses, expense free for disability items, life insurance, loan taken out. Yeah. And ODSP covers every aspect of your life because you signed your life away.
Mm.
I can't live like that any longer than I have to. Like, I don't, we can go down the rabbit hole, but honestly, I don't want to stay in the Jumanji game board any longer than I need to.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your next question?
But I like Jumanji. My next question is, okay, first of all, I just want to say something that worries me is these cash gifts. I have, because, there's so many reasons, and I have used it, and I do it properly because I'm really worried. I don't want to shake the system, and I've done it properly. And then I get back on my statement 1 month that they've reduced. I'm like, why are they reducing it? Because they thought I got income. I'm like, no. And then I have to show them the faxes that I'm sending.
Okay, hold on. Keep talking.
And you know what it is? It's the social worker that changes. All of a sudden, I have to reiterate what I'm doing and why. And then sorry, we'll adjust it for you. And it just stresses me out,
Okay.
But
so when you get a gift, who's giving you the gift?
Okay, so let's do an example. Say it's Christmas and I have family members giving me a gift.
Yeah.
So they decide to wire me money.
Right.
Decide to wire me, let's say $2,000.
Right.
So I take the 2,000, whatever, and it's shown in my system. So I write down and I scan it to ODSP, my social worker, which is always different. I shouldn't say always different, like every couple of years. And
no, there's on call. They like to go on vacation.
I don't.
They're not social workers. They're caseworkers. People always confuse it.
I say workers. Yes, thank you.
I know. And then $2,000 is below $10,000. Getting something around Christmas time from family is perfectly fine.
But you have to let them know.
You do.
That it's okay.
But them counting it as income, it's them being lazy to put it into the computer.
Yep. Okay.
So on your end, stop feeling guilty. You didn't do anything wrong.
I know, dude, this is me. I want full control, or yeah. And and a medication that's not covered. I feel like doctors, let me know if I jump around, okay? Medical, like my doctor wanted me to take a shot before I go do my next infusion.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'll do whatever. And then when I went, they were charging me for it. I went to my doctor and said, oh, they're charging me. And he goes, no, they shouldn't be. And he was trying to not fight the system, but no, it should be this and that. But it doesn't matter. They were charging me for it. And it was not a cheap shot. I had to update my Hep B shot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Did you have to pay for it?
No. Luckily. So the panic I had, so my neurologist, the new one, the one's on maternity leave, she's like, yeah, you gotta do the Hep B. I'll go, but I paid $1,000 for it in my 20s. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? Because they did the blood test to detect if I have it. They couldn't find it. And then we had to do it again. And I'm like, but I paid for this thing. Where is it? I was upset I paid for it in the past. And then you're telling my blood work doesn't show it. So we have to do it again. then I'm like, then she's like, what's your insurance? I go, ODSP. And every time I say ODSP, I'm disappointed. Then she's like, don't worry about it. We have multiple different programs to cover
Stop.
it.
I
That's what
say, I always go, when they say, what are you on? I go, ODSP. But don't worry. Let's just, I always do that. I don't know why.
I don't even give them a justification. I just know it's going to be a hard battle to
I
get
shame
through.
myself.
But so between BioScript, Cloverdale, the neurologist, the nurse at the clinic, they made sure I didn't get a bill. I just show up, do my Hep B, and then I do it again. Then they move the February shot to April because I guess the neurologist told them to move it. That's it. I'm literally waiting to do the next shot in April, and then all my blood work from Mavenclad every month in infinity. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I did blood work the other day and I didn't drink enough water, and she's literally poking around in my arm to find the vein. It doesn't hurt me. If I looked at it, I would freak out. So I'm not afraid of needles. I just need the technician to know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you.
So when she got the butterfly needle with the long hose, I'm like, okay, I've been through that, no problem. Then she stuck me, and then she's like, tell me when it hurts. I'm like, okay. That part freaked me out because I've never had them do that before, to dig around my arm for my vein. I'm now learning, like, basically before blood work, drink 4 glasses of water and then try to hold my bladder just enough to do it. Like, that's the only process I have to go through. But like, it's the routine of being on the antipsychotics for bipolar disorder, then the whole Mavenclad, and then every month do blood work and rotate what they check off in the boxes of the requisites, and then making sure my doctor doesn't check the box of non-insured vitamin D, because vitamin D is $48 to $50 depending on the clinic.
Okay.
And it's because I overheard the clinic tell somebody $50 in a different clinic and $48 in a different clinic.
Okay, whatever.
Because I rotate Life Labs and Dynacare, and this is how I got an idea of their pricing. So basically, you kind of have to save $1,000 just for stuff not covered by ODSP. And then you kind of figure out what you need for you based on your health conditions and blood work and routine, or what's covered and not covered. And yeah, so now on my screen, I don't know, you can see this wonderful Technicolor spreadsheet. This is for the spreadsheet for earned income.
Okay.
So when they put in, what are you getting? What's your monthly amount for ODSP?
About 1,400.
So you're getting the 1408?
Yes.
That's not the special diet and not the medical chance?
That is it not?
No, this is shelter and basic needs.
Sorry, $15.99.
Okay. Great. $15.99.
Which is with the shelter, special, basic needs.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because we need the math to be correct. Otherwise, it's going to cause a pain in the ass.
Yes. I got it all here.
All right. So if they report your $2,000 gift as income, net income, they drop your check by $750.
Yes, that's what happened.
Then you're getting $949. But do they add a work-related benefit of $100?
What is it written as?
Work-related benefit.
No, I don't. What the hell?
Because I'm wondering how they made the mistake. Because if they put your gift at $2,000 as income, this was to add $100 because you worked and earned income.
Yeah.
Then when they correct it, because they gave you $100 as work-related benefit, you might have an overpayment, but they have to correct it because it's not income, it's a gift. So that you get your $2,000 plus your $1,599 because you're not doing anything wrong.
I get it.
I know. So this is where I'm trying to get you to not feel guilty for their incompetence nonsense. I was going to say swear words, but
yeah.
Because that, like, Because even me, I would do honorariums where a charity would pay me for a workshop, like Disability Without Poverty paid me for the presentation I did of navigating ODSP. They pay me $250. So sometimes a caseworker would call it an honorarium exempted as a gift, so I don't get the work-related benefit, but I send them an invoice because it's work that I did. So they're supposed to add the $100 work-related benefit. I don't always worry about it. I'm okay with it because for me to fuss around getting my work-related benefit for work I did for a charity is borderline annoying because of me being self-employed and I getting them to trigger auditing my entire business and more paperwork. Like I have the paperwork,
Yeah.
but that part for me, I don't like fuss about it because it's just, they should just know. They should just easily, like, I told you it's work. Here's the invoice. The company paid me the invoice. But then they classify it wrong. So like either they on their end don't want to do the paperwork,
Yeah.
but we have to make sure we know what we're entitled to. So like, okay, if they don't want to do the paperwork, do I want to spend the next 2 to 3 months going back and forth with them to correct their mistake? And some of it you have to, because if you're not working and this is your only money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because 1 year of income, I got over $3,000 of honorariums and payments.
Okay.
So, and gifts from family, yeah, my bank statement says my mom's name, says my grandma's name, and my dad's name on my bank statement.
Yeah.
So there's a constant, these names are family.
Yeah.
What they give me, less than $10,000 in a year, because my mom's like, I'm not giving you $10,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then I have to report it to ODSP. And then my family's like, what do you mean you have to report it to ODSP? We report every freaking penny we get to ODSP.
Well, what if it's, I'm just asking, what if it's cash?
Cash on hand.
So
We
I'll tell you
used
something.
to have to report it.
You used to have to?
Yeah. Because if you went into the disability office, on that day you went into the office, they would ask you how much cash is on your person right now.
Okay.
But cash on hand now, like if you had, let's say you have $500 in your house, you don't worry about it. Because you have to make a receipt. You have to go to the dollar store and get the little receipt book, like, and put gift, cash, what day, send them a copy. But if it's just like, if it's cash you're going to use in like to buy pizza, don't worry about it. But if it's cash you're going to put in your bank account. So like if you have 500, someone gave you 500 and a birthday card, and then you go put it in your bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you created a paper trail.
So
if grandma gives you $20 pocket money and then you go to auntie's house, she gives you $50, and you go to uncle's house, he gives you $100, and you walk out with $400 by the end of the day. That happened to me. That's why I'm saying those numbers.
Yeah.
I didn't worry about it. I just went and spent it.
That's fine.
Because of the way that our basic needs is allowed to be paid for from money we receive. And there's a whole thing about first and last month's rent, and then shelter and repairs and medical expenses. Keep receipts for those, because that way ODSP is like, oh, we need receipts for what you spent your cash on. Yeah, like here. I saw the page open.
But how do they know how much cash you have?
People tell them. People default to telling them.
Okay, which is the right thing, so you should do it. I'm not telling anyone
like
not to.
We are supposed to tell them. It's just,
yes, of course.
Only tell them the bare minimum.
So okay.
Because like here it says furniture, kitchen items, appliances, food, clothing. These are things we're allowed to purchase. Right here. It says right here, we're allowed to buy things we need.
Yeah.
Stop fussing about that. And then business loan. So me being self-employed and I run a business. I'm allowed, I just have to get approval from my caseworker to have the money in my bank account for a loan for my business, and then documents that I have to repay it back.
Yep.
This is why having a private lawyer is a good idea, to make all these damn documents that they ask for. but pretty much everything what it says in writing in the policy is what I do. And I don't worry about it. Like
Okay.
I can't, my brain can't worry about every little thing all the time.
You're gonna make fun of me because I don't do this now, but I used to. When someone would be like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you some money. It's your birthday. I'm gonna send you money." I'd be like, "Just don't.
Let them.
This is
Oh
bad."
my God.
Because I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. What am I gonna do with $200 right now? I know, money is money, but dude, I was in anxiety because of ODSP. I felt like I was being
Even
monitored
if
the whole
someone
time.
says they're going to send you $50,000, let them do it and I can tell you where to put it.
In your bank?
No, no.
I'm just joking.
I mean, I will take a $400 consultation fee, but
You're the
it's
person to
not
talk to.
that like we need to stop being scared of money. This is the whole thing of it. And where are we in this whole script? No, we're in fear. We're in fear of losing benefits, poverty conditioning, the mental load of self-direction, fear of caseworkers, no
Yeah.
clear financial vision, identity attachment. We're still in there. Okay, good.
Okay.
So the policies are already written. ODSP already decided what will happen to your money if you receive it to 500,000 people in the province.
Yeah.
We're only 2 out of the 500,000 people in the province. It represents 1 in 15 people in Ontario. So we're in
I
a
did
room
not
with
know that.
15 people. Chances are one of them are on ODSP or Ontario Works.
Cool.
And everyone is terrified of Ontario Works, which makes no bloody sense at all. Not like because long term to live in that state of fear, that's not even real. It's not real. The reason I know it's not real because of the way the policy is written. So like if someone says, I'm going to send you money to go to the movies, great, send it to me. Someone did that. I want to watch Black Panther or something.
Yeah.
And some feminist person was like, oh, you should really go see this movie. I'm like, okay. They gave me $50 in PayPal to go watch the movie. I did. I was not going to not watch the movie. Plus, the whole conversation said, I'm sending you money to go watch the Black Panther movie. All I did, capture that conversation. If ODSP asked, where did I get that $50 from? Here, someone sent it to me on my birthday to go watch the Black Panther movie, and I did.
You're not worried that they're going to, I'm going to say, penalize your statements? They're not going to
No,
do anything, and then you're going to have to chase them and say, hey, there was a gift. I always get worried, like I have to chase them. So,
no.
you know,
Okay, the reason no. I say
mhm.
no very like blanket.
Yes.
Rights and responsibilities of ODSP. All right, the PDF document. Go with that one.
I have it open too.
All right, so this is the reason I'm like, no, I'm not worried about ODSP. I legally have to do everything on this stupid piece of paper that they gave me the day I got approved.
Okay.
Why am I going to make it scary when they gave me the instructions? They literally gave me the instructions.
Yeah. Is this on their website or?
It is. It is. Like I will just send you everything as you watch the replay of what's missing.
Okay. Yes. And please send me the bill after too.
All right. To report your income, money from training of a job, renting a room and board. So like people have a roommate
Yeah.
and the roommate pays you rent. You have to report that to ODSP.
I know that. Yes, of course.
Spousal support. So like single moms on ODSP and their spouse is supposed to give them child support. They have to report it. Or and vice versa. So like you're on ODSP and you're supposed to have child support paid out to your children. You can't say that I'm on ODSP and can't pay out child support because I found it in the policy. The court will make you pay for it and ODSP will agree. They'll take it out your check. It's part of the family responsibility. I'll find the policy part again, but it's in there.
Okay.
Employment insurance benefits. So you work a job and then you're no longer in the job and have to stop working. ODSP will ask you to apply for EI benefits before going back on ODSP. Then claw it back dollar for dollar. Right there. Money received from family, friends, etc. Like, oh,
Yeah.
there's etc.
Yeah.
Income from all pensions, private, government, Canadian, and foreign. So like I make US dollars for my business, I have to convert it to Canadian and then report it to ODSP. They have a whole thing in treatment of income of all foreign income, and they list all of the countries in the policy.
Okay.
Money received from a legal settlement. So like my friend in the car accident who may get a settlement from the car accident, she's reported to ODSP. Then she was working at Amazon. Amazon was selling off stocks and paying her the amount from the stocks. She had to report it to ODSP. ODSP hated it because she wasn't working and they couldn't figure out how you work for Amazon and they're now paying you $4,000 in stocks. And I told her, give them the contract from your Amazon that you get a stock payout because they cannot legally accommodate your disability to keep you on the job. As far as I know, things are okay because my phone has been quiet. She's not calling me with questions. ODSP, not ODSP, OSAP. I hate OSAP and ODSP because if you get too much money from OSAP, ODSP claws back your ODSP.
Okay.
But money owed to you from money borrowed from OSAP and other loans, yeah, I'd rather get a credit card and cash advance. And what I've been doing with my credit cards and cash advance, I would take out cash advances from my credit card and deposit into my registered disability savings plan, exempt asset, because the policy 5.10 said I could. So when I did it, and then I told my caseworker I did it, and I never heard from my caseworker. I don't know why. I'm not chasing them.
I don't know what to say.
Inheritance, windfall, lottery. Go play bingo. Go win. Go get a scratch ticket. If it's over $10,000, there is a step process of what you do with the money, and then report it to ODSP, and then we determine if you're eligible. And let's say ODSP says you're no longer eligible, then you instantly ask them how to apply for extended health benefits or Trillium, because the same Ontario government is still going to cover your existing prescriptions no matter what. And then interest earned from dividends and just savings, how I have investments and stuff, the minute it goes over $40,000 on my taxable broker account, we're going to throw a party.
Yeah.
It's going to be cash bar because I won't be able to afford open bar at that stage. And dividends, like all my investments, the amount of dividends that come into my investments, but because they're categorized in the right accounts and the right part of the policies, they're not exempt. They're not triggering ODSP to do anything because I'm not triggering the parts of the policy that would make me ineligible.
Yeah. And the 40,000 is per single person.
Yeah, single person, not married, no children. Yeah. Report changes to living arrangements and other situations. Report your assets. I just went over income. This is assets. But I talked about assets. The RSP, the RDSP, the TFSA, the first home savings account. Even ODSP, it's like money in a bank account. Like here, this is how the cash on hand thing. Because they used to have cash on hand in the paper. I found it in some other document I had. I found it said cash on hand. But now they only worry about cash in the bank accounts.
Okay.
Because it even says here, money in the bank, real estate, trust fund, collectibles. So all the Pokemon cards that people have out there, if you could sell a good one and you make money off of it, cash surrender value of life insurance, RSP, GIC stocks and bonds, vehicle. So like the first vehicle is exempt, but your second one is not, under the value of $15,000.
I knew that too. Yeah.
But like, why are we worried about ODSP when ODSP has already decided what to do? And this should be updated with some other stuff. Like the Canada Disability Benefit should be here. But it's not. But they know there's income everywhere. Even if you think you're doing something under the table. No, they have it covered. Don't you're not special. It's just You
I
must
don't
tell
know.
ODSP staff immediately require or establish any new assets, sell or transfer old assets, and borrow money. I do. Like the whole payday loan, cash advance stuff that do the instant deposit to your bank account. Yes.
Yeah. I'm really structured. Everything I do properly. And, because I don't want any hiccups. I don't want anyone slowing my flow. And I always get worried, but it's been years I've been at ODSP, and I'm realizing that I'm not really getting what I need, and I just settled, and so many times you're right. So many times I could have taken gifts and stuff, and I just say, yeah, it's okay. And I kind of push it away because I'm like, I don't want to create more hiccups in my life right now. I'm okay. I'm settled. Yes, I know. It's my anxiety. I don't know what it is. But hearing all this, I'm just like, man, I'm really disappointed in myself.
Well, I mean, forgive yourself.
Hmm.
Fully, you have to figure to forgive yourself.
Hmm.
I used to feel that way, especially like me documenting all of this on publicly on YouTube, month
Yeah.
after month of everything that happened
Hmm.
and what I did, how I did it, when I did it. Most of everything that's already on the YouTube channel, I say it after I already told the caseworker because I got freaked out of the policy website has a fraud reporting hotline. So that used to scare the crap out of me. But for anybody to report anything, you would have to have original copies of what I have.
Hmm.
And if you break the law to get my original copies, you're going to jail first.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that took a long time for me to say it where I can laugh at it. Because, like, if
Um,
you were really worried about who's scamming the system, and I literally showed you, they watch everything I do. So what are you doing?
mhm.
You're not out there getting a job, paying your bills, and trying not to live paycheck to paycheck and not access a food bank. Hello, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I don't know
And then
why.
if your child is on disability and you're the parent, you have to. If your child doesn't have the capacity to do what I just did, you have to do it. And then when you're no longer here as the parent and your child is still alive, you need to appoint somebody who's going to be a guardian or trustee to take over what you were doing for your child for them on ODSP, or hope to God they have the sense to do it by themselves. And like charities, they're very good at keeping you scared. I've
Yeah.
seen it done in the Plan Institute webinar on ODSP introduction. Every question in chat I answered. Because I was in chat, they have these two white men doing the thing. It's a white male with his daughter on ODSP. He advocates for his daughter on ODSP and some accountant. I'm like, I can do your job better than you and faster. Like, and I can. Like, and they are. Some of them are paying me to teach exactly what these white people are teaching. Here, and that's the other thing that I think irritates people. A person of color is teaching this and not a white person.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yes,
I get it.
because
I get it. My background's Middle Eastern, so it's like, I just,
so then you have the range of rainbow colors in your culture. So you get
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
That's
every
fine.
charity, every one of the charities, when I go on the webinar, it's usually a white presenting person teaching it. And they teach you to be scared. They teach you don't go over these limits. But we don't have the limit of $5,000 in our bank accounts anymore.
Mhm.
Or make a dollar lose 50% of your ODSP anymore. Certain programs, yes. EI, CPP, OSAP, they're clawback dollar for dollar.
Yeah.
Then charities are wasting time with this nonsense of making a registered disability home buyer plan when we already have programs in place to be a home buyer. We have our RRSP, so Registered Retirement Savings Plan Home Buyer Plan. We have a first home savings account that opened in 2024 that
Okay.
has $328 for me in there right now. That we're allowed a maximum $40,000 in there to deposit. We need policies in place to have them, the programs we already have exempted by ODSP and all other provincial programs. But charities are wasting time making nonsense proposals for stuff that's are never going to go past true. And I can't email my MP every day because I'm exhausted. Member of Parliament, the people that advocate for us in office
Yeah.
as being a constituent in their neighborhood to try get Doug Ford to change things with the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Children and Community Services to help us, that don't care about helping us. These are 3 white men in political power to represent us on ODSP.
Yeah.
They ain't doing squat to help us. And I've been in meetings where I speak to political people in power that pay me a consultation, and what exactly how I'm as blunt and direct as it's what I tell them. I don't believe you. You're not helping me. Why should I trust you? And the joke is they come with this bullshit scripted apology.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not waiting for you to save me. I'll go save myself and tell you what I did. And then you can pay me to teach other people. That is what we're doing. Oh, I still have the dental care program open on my spreadsheet.
No worries. I mean, I don't want to take your time, please.
No, it's cool. We have
Whatever.
time. I'm good.
Sure.
Because
You know, I've said this off air before. You're intimidating because it looks like you have everything together.
we covered a lot. So so the ODSP limitation section of my script is the most part I have to get people to wake up and realize you are allowed to have every penny in disability benefits. You already went through the obstacle course. You already got approved. They already said you're disabled. Like how my doctor said, yeah, you're permanently disabled. Like, okay, but I want to be a millionaire.
Jeez,
she said it, but I also have to not take it seriously with the goals I want to accomplish.
Do you
And
know?
because we have multiple sclerosis, all the goals I want to be accomplished could be delayed if I have symptoms in the future. I try not to let it consume me because I don't want to manifest those symptoms. So I'd rather manifest $1 million, then we can deal with the symptoms.
Do you? I'm pretty sure you do. Maybe you don't. Do you know anybody on ODSP that has $1 million?
You could have it in your house. So you could have $1 million house, but if you sell that house, ODSP expects you to sell it for market value. So there was a lady in Hamilton, an article showed up on CBC where she tried to sell the house for less than market value and it gave her trouble with ODSP. And then one of my live streams, someone was in my chat who wanted to go into real estate with their brother. And I was like, you have to qualify for the mortgage. Qualifying for the mortgage is a different criteria than what ODSP says you can have. So you basically, to qualify for the mortgage, you make enough money to have for the down payment, the 5 to 20%. Your credit score has to be over 680. Then you need to prove your income on top of ODSP can cover the mortgage and the household requirements of your debt to income ratio, other living expenses. They look at everything in your mortgage application. Then you're trying to go into a mortgage home ownership with your brother. Then you need a proper legal document to protect you from your brother when your brother decides to act stupid in the agreement of you being homeowners together. Sometimes people on ODSP have ideas that are unrealistic for them being on ODSP because they don't make sure ODSP is not in the picture. And charities aren't talking to have these conversations because they tell you, oh, don't do that. Stay
Yeah.
But we have dreams, we have ambitions, we have goals, we have things we want to accomplish. And some of them we cannot accomplish them with ODSP being over our head like a monkey. So you kind of have to choose your trap pretty much, which was, I had slides. This is funny.
You had something written 10 years ago, by the way. I was thinking of getting off of ODSP because of all the headaches and I saw somewhere that you wrote that people are trying to get off ODSP because of all the stress.
I mean, 10% of the
is it not?
So 10% of people are working while on ODSP.
Yeah.
I can't find clear stats of how many have left ODSP, but I have met one person in person and then 2 people online that I talked to on Twitter that have left ODSP. But they've left ODSP and now they're quiet about it. Because like once you leave, you're not trying to bring up ODSP back in your life. Like it's the whole into the sunset.
Why? Because they were embarrassed to be on it?
It's not even embarrassed. Like you're no longer there.
Okay.
So like how we grow up, and there's certain things we just don't do anymore because we grow up. So like ODSP is one of them. Like once you've left ODSP, you don't have to deal with a caseworker, you don't have to deal with your assets being below the limit, you don't have to report if you got married or had a baby or moved out of the province. All the things that we have to do and the rights and responsibilities, once you're no longer responsible for those things, you don't have to worry about something else. Why would we worry about stuff that we don't have to worry about no more? That is the stage I want to get to. Like even me, when I hit my financial milestones, I don't want to worry about ODSP no more. I don't want to deal with who's my caseworker. Did they freeze my file? Panic when I see my benefit notification in my email. No. Last year, end of last year, my disability savings plan had $30,000 in cash in my disability savings plan that I had to tell my financial planner where to invest my money. I want those type of problems.
I get it.
Like, oh, I have $30,000 in investments and I get to spend it in the stock market. And that was my biggest problem of the day last year in December. Could I have that happen more often, please? Yeah, I want those problems. I don't want to deal with a caseworker. No. And a caseworker that most of them are burnt out, hate their job, underpaid, overworked, looking at me like I'm doing something wrong.
They could be struggling at home themselves, and then here you are, them thinking, oh, you're getting free money. In their head, that's what they probably think. I don't know.
They could think that, but I could prove it to them that I'm not.
I know.
You saw my notes. I'm very detailed, so they can go suck a dick.
I got you.
I mean it the most nicest way possible. I'm like, you're looking at me like I do something wrong when I overplan, overanalyze every aspect of what I'm doing to infinity. They need to find somebody else. So I did. So I found police report articles of who committed fraud on ODSP, but they're criminals who would have done it anyway. If you're already that type of person, you've already tried to scam this system. Like a person who's already committed crimes, who already tried to build a, I remember my neighbor, she used to do this phone scam where she would get people to send money to her on the phone.
Okay.
And I heard her do it. I'm like, you what? And then she tried to get her girlfriend to do it. And then she tried to get me to do it because she tried to downplay me making money off of live webcam was not a real job, but her stuff was more legitimate. I'm like, no, because I don't have to do that. I log on a website. I talk to Joe Blow for whatever length of time. If he chooses to click private chat, he's paying $10 a minute. I don't have to do anything else. If he stays for 2 minutes, 7 minutes, 45 minutes, I get paid. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to try to convince some old lady on her phone to go to her bank account and cash out, to deposit money in a wire transfer and call me back with a confirmation number from Western Union. That's literally what she was doing.
Yeah.
And then she got arrested because I had to call the police on her because she was beating up her girlfriend. She was already a criminal person. Criminal people already operate that way because they don't think they're doing anything wrong until they get arrested and their mugshot is in the news. This is not that. This is reading the policy. This is following the instructions. We literally signed our life away when we made the application.
It feels so claustrophobic right now.
And at the bottom of the rights and responsibilities, it quotes the law on every page. I don't think you noticed that.
No, I did not.
But yeah, it does. It quotes the law on every page.
Yeah.
So how? You sign your name. You want the money. You sign your name for the money. I agree. And then you spend all the time after you sign your name for the money. Like, how would we log into my benefits every month to say, did we leave the province for 30 days or not?
Hmm.
And it fully says your name right here in box,
Yeah.
in full, that I did not leave the province. Oh, good. Groceries. Hold on.
What's going on, everybody? This is Terry. She's getting her groceries. Let's take a guess what her groceries is. No, but for real, ODSP is like, people used to ask me if I was on ODSP, and I would never say yes. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then people would be like, oh, you should get it. You should get it. It's for you. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I always felt like it was a shame thing. I don't know why. I don't know. And yeah, and then people, I would find out other people are on it and they were fine being on it. And I don't know. I don't know why it was a shame thing for me. It's just like being on Ontario Works, right? If I was ever on it, I don't think I would tell someone. And if I was, I'd be like, oh, I was just on it for a week. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's all a sign of weakness. And it's just the way I was brought up. So I don't know if any other people are like that. But now I'm starting to realize you take what is for you, you know? No one's going to get it for you unless you get it for yourself. And I feel really silly because it was like 8 years. I didn't do much. And then I found out this and that. And, you know, and no one really wants to reach out and tell you, you know, and that's why I'm so fortunate that this is here. And this is how you do it. Like, how this is, I'm getting first, like, best seat in the house. Thank you.
Yes. So groceries, he has to figure out how to get to the building. And I'm like, you have to, like, there's no entrance in the back of the building. They have to be in the front of the building. And I'm hoping I was muted, that nobody
No,
heard me.
no.
Okay, good. But I'm going to play the video explainer.
Okay.
Purple or green?
Green.
Okay.
Today, we're diving into a really powerful blueprint for disabled entrepreneurs here in Canada. This isn't just about surviving on social assistance. It's a guide to actually building wealth and finding real financial freedom while on it. So let's get right into it. This quote from entrepreneur Camille Deandra Stewart it really hits home. It perfectly captures the heart of the problem we're talking about today. You know, that painful clash between your own drive to build something and a system that sometimes feels like it's designed to stop you in your tracks. So what exactly is this dilemma? Well, it's a frustrating catch-22, where the very things that make a business successful, ambition, hard work, earning more, are the same things that can get you penalized by the systems meant to be your safety net. To understand this, we're going to follow a journey through programs like the Ontario Disability Support Program, or ODSP. Now, these programs are absolutely essential, but they come with really strict limits on your income and your assets, which, as you can imagine, creates massive roadblocks for any entrepreneur who's trying to grow. Now, to really get a sense of the stakes here, let's look at what it actually feels like to be caught in this trap, because this isn't just theory. This is someone's real life. Okay, so picture this. You've built a profitable business, you've got financial stability, your self-esteem is high. Then November 2008 hits and everything collapses. Suddenly, you have no savings, no sick leave, no safety net at all. That kind of freefall is just devastating, not just for your bank account, but for your sense of self. The only support on the table was a program called Ontario Works, and the maximum monthly payment? $599. I mean, just think about trying to pay rent and buy groceries with that. It was impossible, a recipe for constant stress that led to a terrible spiral of depressive episodes. And this is where the story takes a really shocking turn. After finally getting approved for ODSP, the official advice from a caseworker was to just stop working, to give up the business, abandon all that ambition. And that wasn't just terrible financial advice, it was psychologically crushing. So, when you're faced with a reality like that, how in the world do you break free? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in how you look at the system itself. And this right here is the turning point. It's the moment of realizing that the rules, the fine print that feels like a cage, could actually be learned, mastered, and then used as a powerful tool for your own advocacy and your own strategic growth. The key was hidden deep in the system's own fine print. ODSP Directive 5.4, a specific policy for self-employment income. The thing is, this wasn't common knowledge at all. In fact, it was a rule many caseworkers either claimed didn't exist or actively told people not to use. And the power of that one hidden rule is just immense, because under that directive, an entrepreneur on ODSP can now earn up to $1,000 in net business income every single month without losing any of their support. That's a game changer. And that's the big takeaway, right? Deeply understanding policy isn't just about staying out of trouble. It becomes the literal foundation for your own empowerment, for smart financial planning, and for actually building wealth. Okay, so you've got the knowledge. How do you turn that into a real, actionable plan? Let's break down what's called the Sovereignty Blueprint, a practical system for building that financial freedom. A central piece of this strategy is the 5-bank account method. It's brilliant. All your business income goes into one account for operating expenses. From there, you pay yourself a regular wage into your personal account. Then you split the rest. Money goes into a tax account, another chunk goes into business savings for emergencies, and finally, you move funds into an investment account to grow your long-term wealth. This way, every single dollar has a job. Next up, you start thinking about insurance as a tool for empowerment. Instead of just taking what you're giving, you can strategically layer your coverage. You could pair ODSP with a private plan to cover pre-existing conditions. If you're a student, you can use those great student health plans while your earnings are exempt. Or you can make use of the new Canada Dental Care Plan. Just remember, you can't combine that one with private dental. It's all about knowing your options and mixing and matching. But the wealth building doesn't stop there. The blueprint uses specific financial tools that actually work with the system's rules. The Registered Disability Savings Plan, or RDSP, is huge. It's a powerful savings tool with government matching. You can also use things like TFSAs and RRSPs with specific products called segregated funds to build assets in a way that's actually exempt from ODSP's limits. So what's the end game here? What is the ultimate goal of mastering this entire blueprint? Well, it's about nothing less than completely transforming your financial reality. This whole journey really comes down to a massive mindset shift. It's about consciously moving away from that feeling of not enough that the system can really drill into you, and moving towards a place of control, of autonomy, of financial sovereignty. And that freedom, it has a number, a clear, concrete benchmark, growing the business to a gross income of $5,000 per month. That is the magic number, the point where you can afford your own top-tier private insurance and have enough in savings to become fully independent. And that, right there, is the ultimate goal. This isn't about learning to just survive inside the system forever. It's about building a business and a financial foundation so strong that you can successfully graduate from it, leaving the system behind for good, and living life on your own terms. Ultimately, that actually work with the system's rules. The Registered Disability Savings Plan, or RDSP,
That was weird. Did it stop playing? It stopped playing?
You cut it out, yeah. I thought you were like
Well,
that.
I didn't touch it. I'm standing here waiting for the phone to ring.
I thought you were like, that's enough. You got the gist of it.
No,
I don't know.
oh my God. My screen flickered.
Oh, okay.
So luckily, because delivery has to find a front door. So
Okay. Yeah.
but I will play it again because you're gonna have questions. So write all your questions down as they pop up, and then
Sure.
we'll go over your questions. And then if grocery shows up, I'm looking at my phone and panicking at the same time. I'm gonna play hopefully I'll play the second video. So that way you load up with questions, then I answer all your questions. And then there's a quick thing of like my net worth update, my plan for February, and then roughly we're kind of done, unless depending on how many questions you have, because this is more for you who's on ODSP, is open to an opportunity to do better. What does that look like? Or like, how do I do it so you don't feel like you're making it up on your own? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to play this again because it should have fit. It has valuable information in this thing.
It was good until you stopped it.
I didn't touch a thing. Give me a minute. Hold on.
Today, we're diving into a really powerful blueprint for disabled entrepreneurs here in Canada. Today, we're diving into a really powerful blueprint for disabled entrepreneurs here in Canada.
Today, we're going to break down a pretty detailed financial framework, one specifically for people on disability benefits. It's basically a roadmap that's designed to completely
Today, we're diving into a really powerful blueprint for disabled entrepreneurs here in Canada. This isn't just about surviving on social assistance. It's a guide to actually building wealth and finding real financial freedom while on it. So let's get right.
Today, we're going to break down a pretty detailed financial framework, one specifically for people on disability benefits. It's basically a roadmap that's designed to completely challenge the idea that a disability check is where your financial story ends. So let's just jump right in.
The source we're looking at kicks off with this really powerful statement. And, it just perfectly captures this common super limiting belief that for people with disabilities, the financial story is already written. It's a narrative that puts a very low ceiling on what anyone thinks is possible. But the source we're exploring today is all about showing a different path. It actually lays out a detailed framework. I'm talking a step-by-step guide for building financial independence, not by trying to get out of the system, but by learning to master it from the inside. Okay, so before we get to the solution, the source first grounds us in the reality of the problem. It frames this whole thing not just as a personal struggle, but as a much bigger systemic crisis. And the numbers, well, they're pretty staggering. The source points out that in Canada, 1 in 6 people with disabilities lives in poverty. And that's not just some abstract statistic. It's a reality that really highlights why a new approach is so urgently needed. This chart right here really drives the point home. The source shows the poverty rates for people with disabilities aren't just a little bit higher, they're double the rates for those without disabilities. We're not talking about a small gap here, this is a chasm. So how do you even start to fix this? Well, the framework argues that you can't win a game if you don't know the rules. It's as simple as that. And that's why the very first step is a deep dive into the legal foundation of the system itself. In this case, Ontario's Disability Support Program, or ODSP. One of the first absolutely crucial concepts to wrap your head around is the benefit unit. See, ODSP doesn't just look at the individual with a disability. It assesses the entire household. The combined income and assets of everyone in that unit are what determine the final support amount. This is a critical detail. And this is where knowing the rules becomes a total game changer. The source points out a huge difference in how earnings are treated. A person with a disability gets a $1,000 per month earnings exemption, but for a non-disabled spouse in the exact same household, it's only $200. This is precisely the kind of detail that this entire strategy is built on. The source then lays out the specific sections of the ODSP policy directives that are, frankly, essential reading. These aren't just bureaucratic codes. Think of them as the legal building blocks for the whole wealth building plan. They cover everything from what assets you're allowed to own to how your income is actually calculated. So with that legal foundation set, the source pivots to the really actionable part of the plan, a personal framework it calls the 7 baby steps, specifically adapted for people on disability benefits. And here it is, the whole roadmap at a glance. It's a really clear, sequential path. It's designed to build financial momentum, starting with immediate security, like an emergency fund, and taking you all the way to long-term wealth building and even generosity. Now, the source puts a huge emphasis on step 2. It advocates for the debt snowball method, paying off debts from smallest to largest, just to build that psychological momentum. The recommended timeline is pretty aggressive: become debt-free in 3 years or less, and the goal is to free up your most powerful wealth-building tool, your income, as fast as you possibly can. Step 4, investing, is where all that legal knowledge from earlier really comes into play. See, it's not just about investing, it's about using the right tools that are actually compliant with ODSP rules. We're talking about things like the RDSP, which is an exempt asset, and even the cash value of a life insurance policy. Each one of these is a specific piece of the puzzle for building wealth without putting your benefits at risk. So, if your income is the engine for this whole plan, how do you manage it, especially if you're self-employed? Well, the source lays out a system for organizing business income that it calls the command center. This is the practical nuts and bolts setup. The source recommends 5 separate bank accounts to keep your business and personal finances completely distinct. This whole system is designed for clarity, for compliance with ODSP reporting, and honestly, for peace of mind. Each account has exactly one job. And this brings us to what the source calls the golden rule of the entire operation: complete and total transparency. Reporting every dollar that comes in and every dollar that goes out isn't just about compliance. It's about protecting yourself and maintaining total control over your financial life. All right, let's zoom back out and see how this all comes together. After laying out all the legal, personal, and business frameworks, the source returns to the big picture, the ultimate vision behind all of these practical steps. I find this quote fascinating because it just completely reframes the goal. It suggests that becoming a millionaire isn't about luck or some kind of magic. It's a solvable math problem. It demystifies the whole idea of wealth and presents it as something achievable through a deliberate process. And this really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? The source is incredibly explicit about its goal: to completely rewrite the story. It's a direct challenge to that narrative we heard at the beginning, aiming to replace disability means poverty with disabled and wealthy. So we end with this question that the material itself poses. After walking through this really detailed personal plan, the source leaves us to think about a much bigger idea. If enough individuals follow a roadmap like this, could it do more than just change personal lives? Could it actually begin to shift the entire system?
Okay, so that was interesting. Yeah, so with being on ODSP, Terry's unavailable at the moment. So yeah, being on ODSP is a very simple strategic plan of making the benefits in the system work for you. And I do find it funny. I'm trying to do this live stream while also ordering groceries at the same time. And I'm out of breath because I'm running around with groceries. But the whole point was to show that being on ODSP is not a trap unless you want to be trapped in it. And me playing the videos and explainer, and then having Terry in the audience being the live feedback with all the questions and curiosity. I wish more people have that curiosity with it, because it's really fun when you know how to take charge of your life on benefits. Oh, good. Terry's back. Are you with us? Okay.
Thank you.
You back?
I'm back.
Okay. So how much of the videos did you watch?
I did watch I went like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. So I think I stopped at about 30 seconds after they were talking about the RDSP,
Right. Because
which I think is a great tool, by the way, RDSP. But the rules and limits can be complex and restrictive, honestly. Like, for example, the contributions are limited to 200,000 lifetime. Am I wrong?
yeah, they are.
Okay, which is cool. I get it. And withdrawals can impact government benefits and trigger repayments of grants and bonds. It just gets to, I just want to make sure that everything is really structured and you don't do any faults when you come to this, right? Because I don't know how you're going to get penalized, but RDSP is a good tool. Like, I have no other words for RDSP. It just seems like I need someone to hold my hand through this system. I know that sounds really silly.
So, okay, with the RDSP, are you
Yeah.
currently working right now?
I am not.
Right. So you're only, and then do you have your disability tax credit?
Yes.
Did you open your registered disability savings plan, the account?
No.
And then how old are you?
45.
Right. So you literally have 4 years to catch up on everything the government gave you to be eligible. And then you need to open it because the disability savings bonds that are granted to you because your income is below their limits is automatically deposited into your registered disability savings plan. It's free money just because you're poor and below their limits, but not poor
Okay.
because it's under the
I hear
limit is
you.
like under $141,000 or something. So it's low middle income that would qualify once you
Mhm.
open it. It's okay. Don't worry about where to open it. I will send you my financial planner. He will do it. And then you're going to have the big adult conversations of what to do with your investments. And then watch it grow. And there's still time. There's still because you have to keep it in for 10 years. You take it out at 59, you're 45, get a job or a business that makes more money to add to it. And then whatever you do within now until 59, that's it. But the 49 limit, that is the most important one. You have to do that by the end of the year. As long as because for how long your disability tax credit is open and eligible, that's the window you're operating in. Because if you don't have an active disability tax credit, you can't move around the money in your registered disability savings plan. So hopefully I broke that down to you in like 3 steps.
Yeah, you did.
Because like people are like, oh, you don't have to have all of the money. Earlier you said sometimes people give you a gift.
Yeah.
If they give you a gift, put half of it into your disability savings plan. Mom, dad, grandma, auntie, uncle, great.
Yeah.
GoFundMe pages, put that money in there. That's what I do. Like there was an actively, strategically, every month I will put money in my account where now there's $128,000 in my disability savings plan for the last 6 years. But I focused on it. I actively did everything I could towards it. Anybody that gave me money, any charity, any donation from participating in stupid research projects, I did it because I was always asking for email money transfer, give me cash in full, and then I put the money in my disability savings plan.
Yeah.
So I get it. There's a lot of emotions and guilt. Once you get rid of the guilt, focus on the action steps. And you'll feel better when there's progress. So like when the money's open and then you see the grant go in your account, like this morning, $1,700 went in my disability savings plan for disability grants or bonds.
Okay.
Yay. Now, in a couple days, my financial planner is going to ask me, what do you want to do with it? Great. I have Global Dynamic Fund in there, S&P 500 in there, the S&P Toronto Stock Exchange is in there. I have companies to spend money on. The financial freedom of buying freedom and not things and not staying below the limits of all these disability policies. They're there. They're there for the government and their stakeholders and investors and rich donors. But once you're in it and you're out, like you're in it and you're in it in a way that you can exit,
Yeah.
it's okay. And I'm doing it. So you have my number and email. It's not like you're not going to email me in a panic of what to do next.
You are awesome.
And I already do it. So it's not like, oh,
yeah,
I'm going to give you something that's not going to work. I already tested it. I'm the test dummy. I already tested it out. If it falls apart, I fall apart too. And Patrick, disabled investor, he does it too.
Great episode.
So if you're looking for who's doing it, there's 2 people for sure doing it that don't look like AI robots doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's another YouTube channel that talks about his disability savings plan, but I swear to God, all his videos are AI.
No.
So I can already confirm Patrick and me
Yeah.
that have it. And then there's one guy that has a blog for his son, managing his registered disability savings plan. He does it.
Okay.
So we're out there because of that video didn't have stats. Oh, there's a video that has stats.
No, I didn't see stats on that.
Because good, I can play that and put it back on my
Just so you know, the first video played, and then I think like 5 seconds later, it flipped to another video.
Because it wasn't playing. So something,
Right.
some technical gremlin was happening, which is fine. I have multiple videos to play for a break that are very educational, that hopefully we both don't have to go to the washroom
No,
so we
I'm
can
good
watch
now.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is because I was saying in the middle of you coming back of like, this is not, there's not a secrets to the rich. It's we have instruction manuals, like obsessive instruction manuals that change over time based on government policies and what protests we're doing. Because like how the disability application, it's longer than before. It wasn't like that when I filled it out in 2020.
Okay.
Now I have to fill it out. I have to write them a whole essay, encyclopedia of all my limitations.
Okay.
That my doctor said, oh yeah, you're permanently disabled. Okay, great. Let's be rich and disabled. Because I don't want to be I don't want to be poor and disabled. We already know it's not fun. You've been doing it for 2008. I've been doing it since 2011. Can we be rich and disabled, please? Can we work on that one? Especially like if you live to 85, that's the next 40 years of your life for being 45. I'm 41. My mom's mom passed away at 91. That's a lot of time I've been on the planet to be poor and disabled. So here's the plan. A lot of videos every week and every month. I'm here trying to explain all of them. I have slide presentations from Canva that I closed thinking that it was slowing down the video. But I think it's the Restream. Restream is just having a very overloaded day.
I saw the Canva too.
Yeah, let me get a slide on the screen. And then I'll play the disability savings plan video because that was the next section.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they didn't talk about it in detail when I left. Oh, okay. Perfect. Because they started mentioning it. And then
I have 25 different videos explaining everything I talk about in 6 minutes in multiple variations and slide presentations and presentation of March of Dimes, presentation of Shea Community Foundation for Black Disabled Canadians, and then Disability Without Poverty, their national symposium. I talk about this to anybody who will listen and pay me an honorarium. That is what I'm
you
doing.
laugh, but this stuff is gold. You have no idea.
I am spreading
And
the
this is just
gospel of you can be rich and disabled. And if I train
respect.
you well, you can teach other people too.
Respect.
So yeah, we talked about, this is ODSP. This is the base. Like if you do not work on ODSP, this is what you get: basic shelter calculation, basic needs, special diet, mandatory special necessities. And many people don't get their special diet or mandatory special necessities because they don't know, or they're too afraid to get the doctor to fill out the form. Also, these two forms, the government of Ontario will already pay your doctor to fill out the form. Your doctor is not supposed to charge you money for these two forms. It's already built in. The government already decided what they're going to pay them. Yes, it might be lower than what the doctors want right now in Ontario because they do more paperwork than seeing patients, but that is not our problem. That is not our problem. So, and then assisted devices, like my CPAP machine is covered. And if I need incontinence supplies, is covered. Vision care, $120 for my new lenses. Dental benefits. And now we're told to also apply for the Canada Dental Care Plan from
Let's
the
get
federal
real
government.
here. Your incontinence stuff is covered?
Yes.
What is going on?
You didn't know that?
I'm too much right now. I need like a 5-hour nap right now.
Yes, obviously.
Jeez.
But
No,
yeah,
I'm really upset with myself because I didn't know that. And no one tells you that, right? And maybe I should have been reading some more, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you're in this
Eye opener, dude. Eye opener right now.
Yeah, because it's there's a lot covered. Like your wheelchair is covered.
Yeah.
Like replacing parts is covered. But yeah, incontinence supplies
You know
is
why
covered.
I know that? Because people want to make their money. Sorry.
Yeah, but then the vendor already works with ODSP. The vendor knows how to bill ODSP. So like my blood pressure machine,
No.
I picked a Shoppers Drug Mart. They had a representative that works with ODSP billing. Eventually, I got in where he was there. He said, "What blood pressure machine do you want?" I was like, "Well, I don't know how this could, like, I could have picked the biggest expensive one, but I felt uncomfortable. So I got the medium size one. And then he said, you can walk out with it now. I'm like, that's great, but I guess, can I still have a receipt? So then he gave me the receipt. I have the receipt. It's $89 and change for it. But that's covered. But like what's not covered is the oxygen oximeter. That's the thing they put on your finger to check your heart rate. That's not covered. But Amazon has them for like $50 and $60 and stuff like that. I'll get one of those. But there's a lot of things that are covered. It's just people are not, stop being miserable. Because a lot of people that I meet that find out after talking to me something that's covered, there's a whole wave of feeling bad. But I gave you the solution. Stop feeling bad. That part I don't understand. You get the solution, you still feel bad. You have the solution. Like I remember meeting a lady who needed Botox injections for her disability. And she's married, and ODSP told her that she can't get it covered because her husband makes too much money. I was like, you need to have a talk with your husband and see what's in your health insurance plan to get it covered. And then call every clinic in the province to see who charges what for Botox injections. And she was so like, oh my God, I can't get it covered. And oh my God, no one's helping me. And I literally told her, stop crying, talk to your husband. You're a benefit unit. His insurance is supposed to take care of you. And why did you marry somebody who's not taking care of you? Like, I couldn't say it any more clear than that. Because if I'm going to marry somebody and you have insurance that could include me on your insurance plan, and we're not having a discussion, what were you talking about when you got married?
Yeah.
What? Especially that ODSP already says in the policy for spouses that the spouse is legally responsible for you as a benefactor. Whether you're common law or legally married, all of their income becomes your income. And if you're still on ODSP, your assets drop to $50,000, which I have that in this slide over here. $40,000 single recipient, $50,000 a couple, $500 for each dependent spouse, each dependent other than your spouse. If you exceed those limits, you're too rich for help. That's it. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know what the milestone is to achieve, like a video game. This is like, I don't know, this is like level 1. If we're going to give it like levels like Super Mario, this is it. Funds held in a trust fund, the whole rental income of 40% gross rental income and 60% if you're doing board and lodging. ODSP covered it. And if ODSP made a plan for it, that means there's a solution if you're not on ODSP paying out of pocket. Like, that is what that is. Yeah, man. And then, this is the benefits triangle.
Where did you get, did you create all this or you put this together?
AI helped me. AI helped me with all of
Whatever. You did it. Yeah, cool.
AI is this is what I had for New Year's. So this is the whole New Year. And most of the pictures have everybody in a wheelchair in this one.
Nice.
Because, and then, we did the budget review. We did the income limitations. I needed my net worth update, disability savings plan video, February budget. The February budget is really boring. I should probably do that first. Actually, wait. Do I do boring or the video? Let me do the video.
Sure.
Boring?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Both at the same time. Just
I know that we're almost done the checklist. It's just we got interrupted with groceries, which is fine. Okay. And then it's true. If I play the video, I can pack up the groceries and then I can do the thing. Where is it? That's the show. All right, stop sharing. Okay. I have to share from the computer and hopefully that works better.
Today, we're going to talk about a Canadian...
Great. So that worked.
Of thousands of lives. You might not have heard of it, but it's a powerful savings tool with a success story that's literally measured in the billions.
Nice.
Let's just start with this number right here. $10.29 billion. That's the total amount of cash held in this one savings program by the end of 2023. It's a massive figure, and it really shows you just how impactful this thing has become. So you're probably wondering, what is this thing? How on earth does it work? And who is it really helping? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down, using the government's own data to tell the story. Okay, so what we're talking about is the Canada Disability Savings Program, or CDSP. It was kicked off way back in 2008 with a really clear and important mission: to help Canadians with disabilities build up some real long-term financial security. The heart of the whole program is a special account called a Registered Disability Savings Plan, an RDSP. Think of it like a retirement or education savings plan, but it's built specifically for Canadians who are eligible for the disability tax credit. And here's a huge perk: the money in it grows tax-deferred. That just means you don't pay any tax on your investment gains until you take the money out, which lets it grow a whole lot faster. But here's where it gets really powerful. The RDSP isn't just a savings account. It's more like a savings account with superpowers, and those superpowers come directly from the government in two different ways: grants and bonds. So on one side, you have the Canada Disability Savings Grant. Think of this as a matching program. For every dollar you manage to put in, the government puts in more right alongside it, seriously supercharging your savings. Then, on the other side, you have the Canada Disability Savings Bond. This is designed for folks with lower incomes, and get this, the government deposits this money directly into their account, even if they can't afford to contribute a single dollar themselves. And we're not talking about pocket change here. The amounts are really significant. We're talking up to $3,500 in matching grants every single year, with a lifetime cap of $70,000. For the bonds, it's up to $1,000 a year with a lifetime max of $20,000. So let that sink in. Between the two, one person could get up to $90,000 in free money from the government. It's no wonder that since 2008, the government has paid out over $6.3 billion. All right, so we get the what and the how. But what about the who? Who are the actual people that this program is making a difference for? Let's take a look. Well, its reach is pretty wide. By the end of 2023, there were more than 282,000 active RDSP accounts across the country. That's over 250,000 Canadians who are actively building a more secure financial future for themselves. Now, when you break it down by gender, you do see a noticeable split. About 60% of the people with these accounts are male, and the other 40% are female. And the age breakdown tells a really fascinating story. The biggest groups are people between 19 and 49 years old. This is perfect. It shows the program is hitting people right in their prime working and saving years, helping them build up that nest egg. But what's also really cool is that almost a quarter of the beneficiaries are under 18, which means families are giving their kids a massive financial head start. Okay, now this chart, this right here is maybe the biggest success story of the whole program. Just look at this. Over half, almost 54% of all beneficiaries are from the lowest income bracket. This is incredible proof that the program, especially that disability savings bond, is reaching and supporting the very people who need it the most. So we know it's reaching the right people. But how is it doing overall? Let's zoom out a bit and measure its total reach and what kind of potential it still has. You don't need to be a data analyst to see what's happening here. The story is crystal clear. That top line of active accounts just keeps climbing year after year. And maybe even more important is that tiny flat line at the bottom. Almost nobody is closing their account.
People who open an RDSP tend to stick with it. To measure its success, the government uses a key number called the take-up rate. It sounds fancy, but it's actually really simple. It's just the percentage of all the people who could sign up for the program that actually have signed up. So, what was that rate in 2023? The official number is 34.9%. So you have to ask, is that good? Well, it's kind of a story of two things at once. On one hand, it's an incredible success. Getting 1 in every 3 eligible people enrolled in a government program is a fantastic achievement. But on the other hand, it means there are still 2 out of every 3 eligible people who are missing out. That gap represents a massive, massive opportunity to help even more Canadians. So, when you step back and look at all this data, why does this program truly matter? What's the bottom line here? Well, it's a powerful, powerful tool for financial empowerment. Let's just quickly recap the big takeaways. First, you've got this amazing savings plan that lets your money grow tax-free. Second, the government comes in and turbocharges it with grants and bonds. Third, we know for a fact it's helping low to moderate income Canadians the most. Fourth, it's growing strong and steady, and people who join stay. And finally, there's a huge opportunity to bring these benefits to hundreds of thousands more people. You know, it all just comes back to the original mission, stated right there in the government's own report. The program was created to help people with disabilities achieve long-term financial security. And based on all the data we've seen, it is absolutely doing that. So we'll end with this thought. With over $10 billion in assets and more than 250,000 people signed up, this program has undeniably changed lives. The big question now is, what's the best way to make sure it can reach all the others who stand to benefit?
Okay.
You can thank me for the statistic. I made the statistic low, 32%. I realized, okay, cool. I like that video. How come they're not forcing everyone to watch that video? Oh, you have MS. By the way, stop. Watch this video.
So when I read the report, they said they had advertising. They said where they were advertising, but I don't know if it continued. And then like Plan Institute does a webinar every year on registered disability savings plans. Shea Community Foundation does too, but I always interrupt them when they give wrong information.
Good.
So the charities are doing it, but they present it with fear. So if they present it with fear, like how you're 45 and you have to be, you have a small window of getting all your disability grants and bonds, and you didn't open the account. So yes, you got your disability tax credit, but the next step is to open your account. And then where to open your account. I already know my financial planner. He's awesome. He'll open your account. You'll get it open basically by April or sooner, hopefully sooner. Then once it's open, we send a report to the government that it's open. Then they put all your grants and bonds in, going back to when you originally started. Then get a job, make money, put all the money in your account. So when you hit 49, you've gotten, because it's $90,000 of grants and bonds total that you have to get in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, if I gift you money, take it. Like that is, if you have to round up a fundraiser party with your family to help you contribute to it, then that's what you're doing. Because if like I said, if you live to 85 and 90, you need senior disabilities is worse than what we have right now. Like, I don't know if you know that, but it is.
No.
And if you want to hear how worse it is, go visit John Stapleton's webinars. He'll tell you how to retire poor. I am not, but if you need that information, I can show you who's going to teach it to you because he's poor himself.
So much respect for you, man. Seriously. I don't know what to say.
Yes, it's a little bit longer, but we covered so many stuff. And I'm hoping you feel a little bit lighter of you have an opportunity to change your future if you want to, or go back, hide under the covers. It's fine.
No, I don't feel so close right now. So yeah, I'm always like, no attention on me, no attention,
It's perfectly fine to not do anything. Yeah, you could. But the fact that you know the information, I showed you where to find it. I showed you where the government stats, reports, and explainer of everything. And then to go back and do nothing, yeah, that's on you. And other people done that. Other people act like, oh, they can't do what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to do what I'm doing. I'm telling you this is what I operate. This is the information I
You
operate on.
showed us like everything.
I know. I showed it like 3 different ways,
It's really
pretty
great.
much,
Yeah.
because I'm running out of ideas how to explain it to people. And charities are not teaching this, not even close. Like, I wish they would, but they're not. And it kind of sucks. Because, like, here's the big kicker. So we saw the stats of how many people use their disability savings plan, 10 point something billion dollars. It's in the accounts because it's been open since 2008. So people were using it. And since we have this culture of don't talk about money, even though the government told people, I found a flyer in a coffee shop about the disability tax credit when agencies were making money helping you fill out the form. And then the government changed laws to stop them from doing it, but some of them are still doing it because a regulation didn't pass.
Wow, that's dirty.
Yeah, this is capitalism. Then I filled out my disability tax credit again when my symptoms of MS were confirmed as MS in 2020. It got approved, but it didn't get approved for MS. It got approved for all my psychological conditions. Now I got 2008 to 2025 disability tax credit eligibility. We're reapplying for the disability tax credit now to hopefully get indefinite, permanent disabled, the way my doctor says it so bluntly to my face with enthusiasm. So much enthusiasm. So I'm trying not to let it bother me because I need the account to stay open because of this part of my spreadsheet. You see it?
Yes.
The blue line is my assets.
Okay.
140,894. Majority of that is a disability savings plan. Like, and here, 2018, I didn't do anything with it. And I wasn't tracking it. So I only tracked it 2023 when it felt like I should track it, when I understood my investments.
Okay.
So like I opened my accounts with my financial planner. We're trying to figure out putting money in the disability savings plan because you open your disability tax credit should give you your statement of entitlement in the mail. But then I wonder if it's only given to you when you open your registered disability savings plan. The government will specifically tell you what you're supposed to contribute to your disability savings plan based on your income taxes and all the years you're eligible. So, and you usually get that in February or March.
Yeah.
And if you're getting it but don't open it because it has a Government of Canada logo on the envelope, you're missing out on valuable information for your future.
I got you.
I'm like, not everything from the government is bad.
Stop reading my
Some stuff are
mind. Yeah. Yes. I got you. Yeah.
I wouldn't open mine because my student loan would come in that envelope. But now I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that number is going to grow whether I work or not. It's going to grow whether I have a muscle spasm or not. It's going to grow whether I wet the bed or not. Like,
No, don't laugh. I get it, man.
But the stock market works for us because it's the whole global economy working. So all the able-bodied people with a job that they hate for commuting to work for a paycheck, the company they work for, they have a stock in this. Like if they have a stock number in the stock market, that's mine. Yay. Great. The whole world is working for me. That's how I see my portfolio. Like I can't even, the level of, where's this 128,000 number? Yeah, 128,884 and 56 cents disability savings plan. There's only one account. It's 90% of my net worth. And there's $10,000 on my RSP, and there's $600 in my tax-free savings account, and $300 in my first home savings account. But this year in the budget, I pay off credit cards. When there's no credit card debt payments to go off of $400 a month, all of that money goes into my savings accounts. $500 a month for 12 months is $6,000 for the year. That's a lot of money to tell ODSP to suck a dick. I need to stop swearing like that. But I have no other way to describe it.
No, I got it.
I mean, and, okay, my caseworkers live in paycheck to paycheck and they don't know how I'm doing it. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
I don't have to explain it to them. And you know what? They can pay me $400 an hour to teach it to them.
Yeah.
Because I read the policy. I read you the policy. We read rights and responsibilities. We read loans. We read gifts. We read assets. It's the same manual that they got in training. They, like, some caseworkers, when I quote the policy to a caseworker, they sometimes say, yeah, you're right. Well, I'm talking, like, legal aid did it. I took out money from my tax-free savings account to pay tax debt from the CRA that I owe $630. I told my caseworker, I'm taking money out to pay my tax debt. They were like, oh, it's a tax-free savings account, whatever. I said, no, it's not a traditional tax-free savings account. It's open at a life insurance company. Talk to my financial planner that opened at the life insurance company. I don't even fuss about them. They go talk to the professional that opened the account that's in their policy, 4.8 life insurance. And when I said that, I never heard from them again.
Huh.
So why I scare them more than they scare me. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, no, because you look like you're intimidating. You look like you know your shit when you talk.
Well, they don't know my face until they see me. Most of it's just me on the phone.
Okay.
They know my voice. They don't know what I look like.
Yeah.
But my file is my file. It's only me and my file. So if I know my file better than them, good. Because they're not working on my file. They only work on my file when it shows up on their desk.
Yeah.
And they have a legal 15-day window to respond back to me. So if they take too long to respond back to me and I get a backup worker to solve the solution, great. And when I apply for the employment startup benefit every year, the $500, it's not always my caseworker that issues it. It's usually a backup worker that issues it when I tell them that I need the $500 for any activity that it makes me marketable in the marketplace to be self-employed. And I literally quote them what program I'm doing, like how I'm supposed to be doing a financial empowerment workshop with some of the charities. I need that $500 to facilitate my workshops or me building more content on my YouTube channel. Like, there's a business of me producing income. So eventually the policy says you can increase for financial independence. That is what I'm doing. And if they're going to stop me, I'm going to go to a lawyer and we're going to have a debate in court. I have all day to fight my file. They don't. That's not my problem. I don't get how people don't fight for themselves more than other people. It's your life. 2 years from now, do you want to be in this situation again? Like,
no.
Not you, Terry,
No.
but
Yeah,
everybody
I
watching
understand.
in the
I understand.
audience.
Who does? Yes.
And then go to another MS meeting to only talk about symptoms and how tired we are? No, I want to travel on Virgin voyages and cruise around the European oceans. That is what we're doing. I may jump out of a plane again. I don't know. We'll see.
Again? Okay.
Yeah, I know. And annoyingly, the person I jumped out of the plane with is the best person to jump out of a plane with.
Yeah, go. Tell me who.
My ex.
That's of course.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find another qualified person to push me out of a plane. I'll worry about that when that shows up. But yeah, maybe I'll zip line. But no, not really, because zip line the cable can break. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll learn to drive and swim. I don't know. Play the saxophone. There's so many other things I want to do, and I'm not worried about this policy directive crap. Like, and great. So out of that 10 billion people using their disability savings plan, I'm one of them. And
I can't believe how many aren't.
It's because it's the fear that we explained earlier. It's they have a fear of doing something wrong, so they do nothing. Instead of doing something to learn from it to do better.
Yeah.
Because if you did something, you will learn from it. Like me, every time I put money in my account and I meet with my financial planner and we had to figure out what I'm risk tolerance is to invest in the stock market, I don't know. He sent me these little what is it? He sent you the fun fact sheets of all the stuff in my portfolio, and I have to pretend I know what I'm looking at. I'm trying to find you a sample
Yeah, I want to
version of
see
it.
it. Yeah.
All
So
right, here, the website of Get Smarter About Money, interactive sample. Yeah, every couple of months, he sends me papers that look like this. Let me full screen this page. Yeah, he sends me something like this. I have one for real estate, and I have one for gold, precious metals, and I'm supposed to. This is basically the report card of the fund in the stock market and how well they're doing. And I'm supposed to like betting on horses in the racetrack.
yeah.
I have to put my money down on this fund based on reading a report that looks like this to invest in, and let my money sit in that account and hopefully do well in the market, that I get a return on my investment.
Mm-hmm.
This is way more complex than some nonsense of a caseworker. Because you can't have a conversation like this with a caseworker disability office anyway. They don't know what this is. They didn't go to school for this.
Yeah.
My financial planner did, and he's been doing it for 40 years, I think. I keep overestimating his age. So I need to stop doing that, because I don't know. I don't have exact idea of how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough timeline of when he graduated college. And then me
Yeah.
guessing of how long he's worked with people's portfolios.
You pay him every time you see him? Like, does he send you a bill, or is it?
It comes out of the funds. So certain funds in my investment portfolio pays his fee.
Okay. That's what you said.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
and then what I see on my statement is my money. So it's net of fees that he shows me on my statements. And yeah, if I get ChatGPT to analyze all of my investments, it would tell me what my fees are. But I'm not worried. I'm not doing that mental load of picking stocks, buying and selling stocks in the market like Patrick, a disabled investor, does. Too
Yeah.
much for me. My brain, no. I can't do it. I'd rather pick what I understand, like gold, precious metals, S&P 500, S&P 60, so dynamic global fund. They're basically the entire global market of companies that are on the stock market, which is a lot. Like for me, like how gold is fussing around right now because Trump is doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, great. So is that and the thing is, what's happening today is not going to happen next week in the stock market. So I can't really worry about it, like, at all. Plus, the money that stays in there is exempt until it reaches the limitations of ODSP. So there's nothing to worry about until I reach a limit.
Yeah.
And the disability savings plan, I would like to not be on ODSP when I withdraw from my disability savings plan. Because if I hold money in savings too long over the $40,000 asset limit, ODSP will say something. Like they say the drip you pull out of your disability savings plan is exempt. But what if I keep money in there for savings, for
Yeah.
a vacation or trip, or I want to buy a house, like something I want to do when I'm 59 and a half? Like, I don't want to talk to a caseworker when I'm 59 and a half. Really? No. You're 50 in 5 years. If you're not still on ODSP, you're talking to a caseworker that you don't want to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm now circling back, repeating myself.
No, that's fine. You got it though.
But I'm trying to drill it in everybody's head. This is what we're doing. And the budget for February is boring. It's the same categories every single month. The only thing is try to pay down my $15,000 of debt, put $500 in savings for emergencies, and not cuss out a caseworker. That'd be nice, because I like to keep my file in good standing. It's like,
Did you say not cuss out?
yes, I don't want to. I mean, I do kinda, but I don't want them to give me a reason to do it because I don't want to be pulled up by security in the office. But then I'm not as aggressive other people I've seen in the office. Like, I get mad, I get loud. They tell me to calm down. It's just because I know more than them. And then they're going to act like I don't know what I know.
That
That's
must be
the
so
only,
frustrating, dude. I'm so
that's the
sorry.
part, yeah, that's the part that bothers me the most about ODSP, of like, they want to act like, well, you shouldn't know that. How, like, don't worry your pretty little head about it. But I do, because it's my file. It's only my file. I have to do it. You're not going to do it. And doing it is... So basically, how I wrap everything up in ODSP policy is this Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps. This is why I don't worry about it either.
Okay.
Like, I have multiple instruction manuals telling me what to do. So that is the only thing I have to focus on. So, like,
I'm screenshotting this.
don't worry about it. I will email it to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't, just watch it again and just give me a notes of things you want me to send you, of all the documents that you're missing. Like special diet, medical transportation for incontinence supplies, everything. Like whatever is missing that you know that you because now you get to do better because you know better. And I have to edit a chunk of the video later because I rambled too much. But I knew that would happen. But yeah, the Dave Ramsey baby steps is how I do it. So right now there's $500 in my emergency fund. Then by the end of February, and February is my birthday month, so there's a good chance Mom, Dad, and Grandma may send me money. Mom most likely, Grandma usually does on the day of my birthday, $100.
Nice.
So I already planned $300 to go on my emergency fund, or I split it half and half. Actually, no, I split it in a third. So 100 is groceries, 100 in emergency fund, and probably 100 in an investment, like my tax-free savings account. If I was eligible for my disability tax credit, I would put $100 in my disability savings plan. Because I have to reapply for my disability tax credit this year, I have to wait till the government tells me I'm approved. Then hopefully by the end of the year, the plan was to save like $2,000. And then in December, I put $2,000 in my disability savings plan so that I still trigger getting the grants and bonds in my account for 2026. And then if it doesn't happen, it's me calling the CRA to find out why it didn't happen. Yeah, I can't worry about a caseworker. I have too many other stuff to worry about. Like on it, like they can talk to legal aid, they can talk to accounting, they can read their policy manual that they forgot to pay attention to in training. This is the manual we're following. Disabled Wealthy has a direct way of building your financial future properly if you're earning an income. If you're not earning an income, we go back to that slide in the Canvas slide of the pyramid of income, assets, and benefits, and you just stay in that circle over and over again, looking like the guy in the picture, feeling miserable. And I can't find another way of not making it happier, because it's not. Yeah. Okay, Terry, we're done. I've now used all my spoons. So-
My spoons are gone half an hour ago. But yeah, no,
I mean, I never had a co-host, so this is very exciting for me to have a co-host, still be on schedule, kinda.
This is great. Honestly, I'm so thank you. I will watch this whole video again.
Yeah, because it's a repetition thing. Everything I said has a process, and also the more you change your identity around it, because of the whole Tony Robbins thing, you have to believe this is possible for you. So if you don't believe it's possible for you, yeah, watch the video, go take a nap. Fantastic. But if you don't change and I do it and you sit there not doing it, people are miserable because I'm doing it. But this is available for everybody on Ontario Disability Support Program, 480,000 people. It's 1 million people in total of Ontario Works and Ontario Disability Support Program, plus how many millions of people are not using their disability savings plan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's where I say it's a you problem, not a me problem.
Because whenever I go to a group and someone talks about RDSP, it's maybe 1 or 2 people raise their hand.
Yeah, because people are so, and
Yeah.
then how
But did
people
you
on
see the st-
the CPP disability batch of people, they don't want to trouble their check.
and statistics are showing that there's a lot of youngers at 18 are going for RDSP, which is a good thing. It shows you that it's working, right? And
Yeah,
they're staying in it. It's not they're not no one's pulling out. Well, they are a few of them, but you know what I mean.
so like 18 and disabled, usually it's their parent setting up the account. I haven't met anybody who's 18 and disabled managing their own disability savings plan yet. I hope
Yeah.
you're out there because there's millions of Canadians out there with a disability.
I didn't even think of that. I was crediting the 18-year-olds. I'm like, man, they're ahead of the game. But then, yeah, it's probably their parents, and
Depending on when their disability started, and then it says it's more men than women that are doing it. So, and with the charities I'm working with, I'm hoping if they hire me, we can make a program to figure out how to get more women to do it, especially moms with disabled children. Like, because the way that they like, the government made the program. Okay, the government didn't advertise the program, but every charity that does a workshop on disability savings plans, they also don't advertise it as aggressively like a YouTube ad. Like they can spend $5 a day on advertisements online and TikTok and Facebook to get people to see it.
I don't understand why we need advertising. Why not doctors push it on you?
Because doctors are not financial planners. I'm
well-
only lucky my financial planner understands what I'm talking about finance wise, but she's
Mhm.
been there for 20 years. So she's seen me
Yeah.
obsess over certain topics every couple of years. This is one of them. Like this is how I'm on the wrong slide. This is how I do it. Like my doctor knows I go in seasons of being obsessed over a person, a project, a penis. Like she sees it. That's the whole point of the bipolar ADHD, OCD diagnosis she gave me. It's just a matter of do I tell her about it? I may not tell her about it, but it's definitely here. And now I'm in this, I want more money in my bank account. That takes like half of my energy of doing that. So this is where we're at now. We're like, I need charities to help more people because the stats say they're not helping us. So if people are mad, be mad at the charities first. They get the government funding to do the program. They give you the small little honorarium for your time when it should be paid more money because they need our lived experiences and to be the statistics in the report so they get more government funding.
Yeah.
While I already know if I build a YouTube channel, a blog, a course online and help people like you and you refer me to other people, I don't need no charity. They can pay me. Like, and not pay me, oh, our budget is only $1,000. No. Buy my online course. Watch a video and figure it out. Donate and buy me a coffee. Like, and when I was starting and I told charities about this, they weren't interested. Now they're interested. Now they're messaging me. My prices went up and I charge tax. Okay. Yes. Now, yeah, we should totally finish.
You don't want to watch another movie? Just joking.
No, I mean, I played 3 of them.
I'm joking.
I know, but like, and it's mostly because you're here. Like I said, if I usually don't have a co-host in the budget video, it's usually me by myself for 2 hours talking to exhaustion.
Dude, I'll come back and do this again
Yeah,
and then bore you or whatever.
you're welcome to be in the audience because you're open. If you weren't open to this, if you were negative, stuck defending staying on disability benefits, we would have ended an hour ago or 2.
I get it. I know what you're saying. No, it's just me more shaming myself. I know you say don't, but yeah.
The system is built to build internal shame and make us feel guilty and all this stuff, and political people with their nonsense of, oh, get a job, and disabled people are scamming the system. The stats of who scams the system is like 1%. Because I found articles who was, but the people who scam the system, they're already a criminal. Like, that's a whole different demographic of population statistics that are not the average person on disability benefits that needs the assistance. And then how many people that were on assistance that you had a job before, you had income before.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got on MS. Then someone told you apply for ODSP thinking it'd be good for you, when you now find out, no, it's not.
I was still working, and then ODSP came, and I was still working, and then I got my first statement, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And then things just shifted, and I don't know who to talk to. And this is, we're talking about 10, 14, 13 years ago. And then things started changing, and I had to like, oh, we got to update ourselves. You got to keep looking at their website and say, oh, the figures changed, because it used to be 500. Now it's 40,000. Sorry, 5,000. It's just, I got tired of it. So I just had a routine. I stuck to a routine, and I'm like, I'm good on this routine, which is not right because you don't grow. I get it. Yes.
Well, if you're coming back, I'm going to push you to get your $1,000 emergency fund. Do you have any credit card debt?
No, I'm good.
Great.
Because I set myself up because of that. And then as soon as I'm good, I'm like, okay, nothing. If someone's, anyway, you understand what I'm saying? I try to stay as routine as possible so I don't have unexpected shit happening in my life. Sorry for swearing.
No, I'm trying. So, okay, if you don't have credit card debt,
No.
that's baby step 2.
Mm-hmm.
So then 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
So then you're supposed to be investing 15% of your income in all of the registered accounts.
But it's emergency fund.
Yeah, but that's fine. You need that.
Yeah.
That money stays there for emergencies. Then you make another one for medical expenses.
Okay.
And then, yes, every freaking penny you get, you have to invest 15% of it. Which means opening your disability savings plan is rule 1, because you get a match from the government for catching up for everything before you turn 49. I hate you. I would slap you in your face.
I'm gonna report to you. Don't worry. I'll let you know what's going on. I just want to get off so I can report to you right away.
I would slap you.
I'm being as vulnerable as possible. I'm like,
you are in the perfect position to be a fucking millionaire.
Hey, watch your language.
No, that is the emphasis that needs that explicit word right there.
I got it.
You have no debt. You have savings.
I'm good. I know, but I'm not moving forward.
Oh my
God. I know. I understand. Anyway, I was once married and all this stuff in the past. Not that anything's happened. I don't have anything that dragged on. I'm good. I don't have children, but I'm just in that sense of, in a bubble, just like you said. Don't bother me. I won't bother you, but stop.
Okay, so
we will move forward from that.
I'm going to email you with homework.
Please.
I'm so irritated.
I wouldn't have come on here if I knew that I knew I was going to learn stuff. And then I was like, I hope she doesn't start dwelling into my stuff.
No, I mean, it was going to happen. You've been here 3 hours now. I've broken down my situation dollar for dollar. Mm-hmm. Your situation, yes, it would be pulled out gradually as I reveal my situation. But the fact is, you don't have any credit card debt, which means you don't have to worry about being a slave to the lender of borrowing money. Because for me, my credit cards are now at the point where I'm like, you know what? These things need to go away like cockroaches. It's just.
But you're on the right stuff. Like, you got your savings and stuff. Me, my main thing was no debt. That was I'm rich now.
No, but that's again, it's only as you see the steps in front of you.
Yeah.
You're not even, you need to finish the steps. And then there's no children. So the only thing is, going back to college while on ODSP is your wealth protection. Oh my God, you have to come back. I have to teach you what that means.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Whatever.
Because of the way, like, I'm not even worried. ODSP can suck it. Like, really, you're going to invest 15% of your income in the accounts. Every dollar you make, figure out a job, figure out being a content creator.
Not a problem. I
Selling-
got skills, but
exactly.
it's
Whatever skills you have that either someone hires you as a freelancer or a company hires you on a contract, and we put all that money in savings and investments. You'll meet with my financial planner. He will open the accounts you're supposed to have open. He'll open the segregated fund so ODSP really can't touch it. And you can say, read the policy directive and leave me alone. And yes, I'm swearing when I say that in my head.
I hear you. I can hear the swearing.
And then you can teach other people and get them to pay you to teach other people. Because the charity, like I said, charities don't do any of this stuff. So the charities don't do any of this stuff. And it's just us individually lived experience becoming coaches to teach people this stuff. Yeah. And then, yeah, if you hit $100,000 in your bank account in investment and ODSP can't touch it because the policy said so, have a party. Yes, swear words are in my head when I visualize that.
But nobody tells you ODSP is not going to touch it. I know it probably says that in the statement or in the writing, the rules, the bylaws, whatever, but no one tells you. So you don't think that. You think, okay, once I
No,
get the
we're
money.
told we're programmed to be scared, and I'm programming you to be liberated.
Thank you.
We are getting you off of the plantation of ODSP. I'm officially the Underground Railroad. This is fantastic. And you don't have to do a lot of work. That makes it even better. You're in a prime position to be motivated and do the thing with me and Patrick. Yes, we have 3 people on the team. This is fantastic. We don't need to be everybody. We just need to be the 1% of people on ODSP who's working a plan to be rich.
I
And
like
then
that, the steps that you had there. That's
yeah. Okay. I'm going to lose my mind with you not ready. You have to literally do this by like at least open the account next time you're here.
it's like you're my older sister. What is the deal?
You like I said, you don't have to do it. You could stay where you are. It's fine.
I'm just joking.
Like you could I don't you could stay broke. It's fine. That is your choice. I'm just letting you know. Like you're in baby step 4 position.
I'm ahead of the game. I see that. I know.
And if I show you a compound interest calculator, what you can do in the next, basically the 20 years, 20, 60, 20, 45 to 65, and you putting money in the accounts, especially the tax-free savings account, there's a big buffer of it not being touched by the government because the 100,000 exemption rule for being in a segregated fund, which they invest like mutual funds. They have higher fees, but there's a guaranteed investment protection on it. So even the investments would be protected legally because of the way the Canadian government made them. And I hate, where's this stupid calculator? Yeah, we're going to use that $500 example. You're starting from 0, 500, and maybe you get a 7% return on your investments for the next 20 years. Then 45 plus 30. Well, okay, let's see 30 years. What does 30 years do? Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, this number's nice. I like this number. This number should kick your butt in motivation. There. See? Do you want that number or not want that number? What's happening?
Yes, of course.
Because $2.6 million is a lot of FU money to the government. Where you can literally take a little piece of money out of here, like $1,000, hire a lawyer to defend your situation. Or yeah, ODSP can just suck off. That's right. I cannot say it without swearing. It just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. Because your tax-free savings account, did you ever open it before?
Yes.
Is there money in it right now?
Yes.
And it's under the limits of ODSP?
Yes, of course. That's me.
Okay. So
everything is under the limits.
Okay.
And if it's not even close because I'm like, oh, and anyway.
But it's not in, is it invested in the stock market or not invested?
No, not in the stock market. No.
Okay, so good. This is why you have to meet my financial planner. So when he moves it to be an investment in the stock market,
Yeah.
he's going to move it to the segregated fund, which Empire Life, Allied Capital, Equitable Bank, the Capital, there's a bunch of them that do it. But you have to be licensed with an LLQP to open it and put them in the account. You could find, I know people who do it, but I don't fully trust them to do it without affecting your ODSP. So they'll open it, but they'll open it like you're not on ODSP, but you're still on ODSP until you're ready to come off of ODSP. So you need that protection of the $100,000 limit in the policy of ODSP while you move your TFSA to the segregated fund. And then we balance out your emergency fund in a high interest savings account.
Which I have already. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to basically allocate all your funds in the right protections. So yeah, the caseworker can just fuck off. Like, and you stop being scared because you've already moved everything in the right direction by playing the board game. It's not my fault they didn't read the rules for chess. That is not my problem. For most board games that people don't know the rules is chess.
I'm already going through a lot in my mind.
And like, Jumanji. I don't think everybody knows the rules for Jumanji. So like,
yeah.
And Monopoly. Nobody reads the rules for Monopoly. Like, we don't know we're supposed to upgrade the properties on the board. This is what we're doing. I know. I got stuck in a rant trying to process your situation, but
I appreciate it.
It's next year. Oh my God. If you're working and put money in that account, you're only saving and investing. You could be off of ODSP a lot faster than you think. Like the numbers. I can't
say what I want to say, but I have in my mind, there's things happening.
Okay, write them all down.
Yeah.
And we'll bring them next time. But this is very amazing because you get to be a unicorn with me. This is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to be done because my brain is so excited. All right, sir. It's been fun. I'm going to end the live stream now.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And for everybody watching this long, thank you, because it's 3 hours and 20 minutes of me breaking down the whole life plan of how to be disabled and wealthy. Sure. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. I may or may not be here next week. Dominic from the MS Guide will be a guest on my channel in February. I need to plan out a shorter version of an outline script because Dominic has all the knowledge base of living with MS for 34 years, going through 5 different treatments of DMTs, and speaking to every neurologist at a conference for having his blog, the MS Guide, for being a media press person. So yeah, we're covering a lot in 2026. And then, oh yeah, I have to pay off a credit card in February. Canadian Tire has to go. I do not like that. Because anyhow, yeah, I use more money of credit cards. I am not moving forward to Baby Step 4. And you saw the whole...
What was 4?
Invest 15% of your income in retirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yes. I thought, okay. Mm-hmm.
That is the magic sauce. That is the magic sauce. And then if you're self-employed, on the right-hand side of this chart is how I organize the 5 bank accounts, which you probably saw that video earlier.
Yes. That's why I want a copy of this, just so I can have it as a Bible for now.
Yeah, I'll give you all my sources of information, and then you can, not think about it for 48 hours and then go back to it later.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right,
I'm so glad you're not my neighbor.
All right. So bye, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Smooches.
Thank you.